Welcome to the inaugural season of Gresham Grey Wolves Baseball, presented by Active Family Chiropractic, Edward Jones, Gresham Ford, Gresham Pediatric Dentistry, the Gresham Police Officers Association, Lucky Pint, Metro East Web Academy, Northwest Accounting Partners, Olympic Gym, Riverview Community Bank, and State Farm. And now it's time for your Gresham Grey Wolves pregame show.
Welcome to Wenatchee, Washington here for Game 6 of this 6-game road trip for the Grey Wolves before they head home and play 3 games before the All-Star break against the Victoria Harbor Cats. Grey Wolves are off to a 5-0 start here in the second half of the season here in West Coast League play, as the Grey Wolves have pushed their game win streak to 6 games after taking the last game of the first half of the season against Walla Walla Sweets, and a 6-game win streak is the biggest and longest of program history with the Grey Wolves in their inaugural season. I'm Fletcher Like. I'll be your play-by-play and color commentary host tonight here from Wenatchee as 7:05 start, and the sun is still shining. The clouds are fluffy out in this blue sky, and baseball is about to get underway here in about 10 minutes as Donovan Ramirez will take the mound for the Grey Wolves here in the series finale. And the Grey Wolves have taken the series and are looking for another sweep on this 5-game win streak on this 6-game road trip. And Donovan Ramirez is out of Cal State East Bay, and he has posted a .44 ERA through 20 1/3 inning pitched so far this summer with a 1-0 record. He's struck out 12 and allowed just 8 hits. 1 earned run, allowing 6 total. Back at Cal State East Bay, he posted a 6.23 ERA in 5 starts, 13 total appearances, with a 4-3 record, pitching in 30 1/3 innings. As Donovan, also known as Donnie, will look to extend the win streak here for the Grey Wolves, taking the mound tonight. In his last appearance, he pitched on July 5th against the Walla Walla Sweets, in which he pitched a 6 1/3 inning, allowing 3 runs, none of them earned, and 1 hit. With 2 strikeouts in the game, the Grey Wolves won the contest and began this 6-game winning streak here with 5 in the second half of this West Coast League season. Donovan Ramirez will face off against Matt Young from Nevada Reno, who has a 2.58 ERA in 24 1/3 innings pitched, and he struck out 29 batters. It's a righty-on-lefty matchup. Donovan Ramirez pitching from the right side, and Matt Young, the pitcher for the Apple Sox, pitching from the left side, as Matt Young has racked up 29 strikeouts and is a strikeout-style pitcher.
Enjoy a serving of delicious Alley Cafe spaghetti and garlic bread for just $7.50 before.
The Grey Wolves are 16-16 on the season, 2.5 games back overall, and lead the second half of the season in the South Division with a 5-0 record. Last night, the Grey Wolves pulled off the miraculous as they squandered a chance in the 10th inning to win the ball game after scoring runs in the 8th and 9th inning to make the game 3-3. And in the 10th, had a runner on third base with 1 out and squandered it. But were able to get a leadoff triple in the 11th and get the series win and win Game 2 here in Wenatchee after a sacrifice fly from Ryan Smith scored Ryan Rodriguez, who had tripled to lead off the inning. And the Grey Wolves went on to win 4-3 after Michael Clark, who was in the platform last night in Howl Hour, as we're going to start calling it, got the save. Brett Ganaway got the win after coming on and pitching in relief. It didn't look like the Grey Wolves' win streak was going to extend, as the Grey Wolves were down 3-1 heading into the 8th inning before scoring 3 in the final 4 innings. The 8th the 9th and the 11th. All that is behind us now as the Grey Wolves will look to extend the series win streak and series sweep streak to two series, as the Grey Wolves have won 2 series in a row, and we'll look for another sweep here tonight. The Grey Wolves will face off against a defensive lineup of Licola in right field, Sheldon Licola in right field, Matt Frazier in center, Jordan Rathbone in left, Shane Martinez at third base, Evan Douglas is at shortstop tonight. The second baseman is Taylor Borchers. The first baseman is again Michael Tolia. Behind the plate is Matt Rotano. And on the mound is Matt Young, with Ryan Kreidler playing shortstop the last 2 nights, getting the designated hitter role tonight. Dylan Doherty's back in the lineup after being a late scratch last night with back tightness after taking a pitch to the back in the middle of the game in Game 1. Was unable to move his hand up and arm up with his elbow above his elbow above his shoulder. And he told me before the game yesterday that he was praying through the last 3 to 4 innings that nobody would hit the ball at him because he couldn't throw the baseball. In warm-ups, he couldn't even get the baseball to the first baseman without it bouncing a couple times. So Dylan Doherty back in the lineup tonight, and he'll be batting first and playing shortstop. Jack Johnson will be the third baseman, batting second. Ryan Rodriguez hits in the 3-hole, playing first base. Ryan Smith will bat cleanup in center field. Josh Adams moves over to left field from right field last night. Mark Cardinale moves into the designated hitter position. Jeffrey Mentor Jr. is back in the defensive lineup after not having the day off yesterday, coming in as a pinch hitter late in the game and staying in left field. Matt Carroll is behind the plate, batting 8th, and Michael Breen will play second base, batting 9th, with Donovan Ramirez, the pitcher tonight.
Tonight's optical outfitter.
We'll take a break here and come back as the umpires are talking over the ground rules and exchanging lineups here with the managers, as we'll take a break here on Grey Wolves Live before beginning of the game and the national anthems.
You are in a quest full of danger and excitement. Your path clouded by deception and dead ends that could cost you dearly. You have to fight off dangerous snakes and vicious jackals, savage headhunters and shark-infested waters. You don't know who to trust, and all you want is to buy a new car. I'm Bess Wills at Gresham Ford, and getting the car or truck you need doesn't have to be a dangerous adventure of epic proportions. At Gresham Ford, you won't find any snakes, weasels, or other predators, and you don't have to worry if you are going to get pillaged. All dealers pay the same for the cars they sell. We just help you get the new or used vehicle you need without all the drama. If you want an adventure full of shady characters, crooked deals, and nasty vermin, go to the movies. If you want to get the best built cars and trucks in America, come to Gresham Ford. We'll all donate $100 to the church or charity of your choice with every vehicle you purchase at Gresham Ford. Bum ba dum bum bum bum.
Finding the right dentist for your young children can be challenging. At Gresham Pediatric Dentistry, we understand the importance of helping your child feel comfortable in the dental chair. Since 2007, Dr. Jiyoung Lee has helped many young patients in the Gresham area, and she can help your child too. Request your appointment today at GreshamPediatricDentistry.com.
Kids, the Gresham Grey Wolves will be conducting a 3-day baseball camp right here at Austin Field on July 20th through the 22nd. This is a great opportunity to develop your skills, have fun, and learn from the Gresham Grey Wolves players. Registration is just $45 per child and is open to all ages 5 through 16. You can register online at GreshamGreyWolves.com. See you at the ballpark.
It's a howlin' good time down at the Lucky Pint, where we have 30 rotating taps, happy hour all day on Sundays, fishbowl Fridays, or just come down and fill up a growler. The Lucky Pint is the home of Gresham Grey Wolves, where we honor service members with a 20% discount every Monday. Check us out on Facebook to see our latest cocktails and craft beer list, and then come in and see for yourself what all the excitement is all about. Located at 1888 Northwest Fairview Parkway in Gresham, your locally owned place for craft beer and cocktails in Gresham.
Welcome back to Wenatchee, Washington here as the managers have exchanged lineups, and the first pitch is going to be thrown out here in Wenatchee before the starting lineups are announced over the PA. And we will go over the story from last night here in just a second.
Steve has taken second place twice in the Washington State Bus Rodeo.
As thank you. As my sheets are flying away here, as I am outside and not in a booth. I'm on top of a wooden platform next to the press box, out on the main concourse, and just about everybody can hear me as I try to be and talk loud enough for all of you guys to hear. As the Grey Wolves started off the game scoring in the second inning, they scored 1 run. And Connor Zikafus, led off the second inning with a double, and Josh Adams scored him on a single the next batter and advanced to second base on the throw, which scored Zikafus. The Wenatchee Apple Sox then scored 2 runs in the third to take the lead on a leadoff walk and then reaching on an error by the shortstop, Michael Tolias getting on base via the walk, and Otis Statham getting on base via the error.
It's time for the Apple Sox players to take the
Michael Tolia then moved over on a wild pitch and scored via a double with Otis Statham falling in right behind him. They then scored another run in the 5th inning after a 1-out walk, moving over to third base on a stolen base and an E2, and scoring on a ground out was Otis Statham, who scored 2 runs for the Apple Sox.
Number 30, Michael Tolia.
That made the score 3-1 for the rest of the game until the 8th inning, when Ryan Smith led off with a single, advanced all the way to third base on 2 separate ground outs, and scored on an E4 in which Drew Curtis forced. The Grey Wolves then loaded the bases and stranded all 3 runners on base, in which Curtis Perrin was unable to score the runners on base. Grey Wolves then scored a run in the 9th. That was Ryan Rodriguez leading off with a 1-out single, moved over to second on a wild pitch, and scored on a single by Josh Adams.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for the national anthem.
We'll take out to the national anthems, and then we'll go over how the 11th inning happened and how the Grey Wolves won the ball game. You're listening to Gresham Grey Wolves Baseball. Here's your national anthem.
Follies, as well as the Spring Apollo Club concert. If you would, please stand and remove your caps.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the
That, ladies and gentlemen, is Octabella.
There's your national anthem here, as the Gray Wolves are sending out a lineup of Doherty, Johnson, and Rodriguez to start off the game. But we'll finish up with the 11th inning. How did it all go down? How did the Gray Wolves win? Well, Ryan Rodriguez led off with a triple, and that got the Gray Wolves dugout absolutely howling over down there. And then Ryan Smith's sacrifice fly scored him the next batter. Josh Adams then hit another double, going 6 for 4. He had 4 for 6 with 2 RBIs on the night. But the Gray Wolves were unable to score another run, but didn't matter. The Gray Wolves had struck, and they had taken the lead, and the lead stuck as Michael Clark came in for the save and the win for Brett Ganaway in the 11th. We'll take a break here, and we'll come back for first pitch here in Wenatchee.
Live from Osland Field at Mount Hood Community College, this is Gresham Gray Wolves Baseball, presented by Active Family Chiropractic, Edward Jones, Gresham Ford, Gresham Pediatric Dentistry, the Gresham Police Officers Association, Lucky Pint, Metro East Web Academy, Northwest Accounting Partners, Olympic Gym, Riverview Community Bank, and State Farm. Gresham Gray Wolves Baseball starts now.
Home, Katie North. And for the
Welcome out to Wenatchee, Washington. I'm Fletcher Like. I will be your play-by-play and color commentary broadcaster for tonight and the rest of the season here. When the Gray Wolves are on the road, Evan Giddings will call all the action at home, as the Gray Wolves are the only, and the Wenatchee Apple Sox are the only 2 teams playing tonight in West Coast League play,
Apple Sox fans, for your safety,
as
watch for foul ball.
the All-Star break is beginning around the league, and All-Star festivities have begun
Next Apple Sox home game or candy bar
for the major leagues, as Giancarlo Stanton absolutely demolished Robinson Cano. If you're a Mariners fan, 24 home runs
number 2
to 4 home runs,
Doherty.
as Dylan Doherty steps into the batter's box. And thankfully we don't have to face off against Giancarlo Stanton, as he has the longest home runs so far the last couple of years in the major leagues. The first pitch to Doherty is low for ball number 1, and the game's underway. First pitch time 7:08, and the weather's about 77 degrees here. The wind chill. The 1-0 pitch is upstairs, making it 2-0 now. As starter Matt Young from University of Nevada, Reno delivers a 2-0 pitch strike, thigh high on the outer part of the plate for strike number 1. Dylan Doherty stepping into the batter's box again with a 2-1 count at a Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. And he looks at a pitch upstairs for ball number 3. Three-one pitch coming. Swung on and missed. And that makes the count full here in Wenatchee, as the Gray Wolves will head home here after this game. Make it in late into Gresham, as a full count pitch is laced up the middle, lined up the middle, and snared by the shortstop, Douglas, for out number 1.
Third baseman, number 8, Jack Johnson.
That'll bring up Jack Johnson. Jack Johnson out of the University of Washington, from Seattle, Washington. And his whole family is here. Family, friends, grandparents live around the area. Parents made the trip, friends made the trip. The first pitch to Jack Johnson is inside. Johnson playing third base tonight. The 1-0 pitch from Young is swung on, laced into right center field. That's going to get down for extra bases. Jack Johnson is trucking for 2. A big wave around second base, and he's going to stop at second base after a very big turn at first base. And a one-out double for Jack Johnson is the first base hit for the Gray Wolves here in the inning.
First baseman, number 27, Ryan Rodriguez.
And that'll bring up Ryan Rodriguez, who scored the winning run last night and had a couple hits as well in the game, doubling in the 5th and singling in the ninth and was a home run shy of the cycle in last night's game. So fun fact there, Ryan Rodriguez just needed one more at bat, and if he could have taken a yard, it would have hit for the cycle first for the Grey Wolves. The first pitch to Rodriguez is going to clip the outside part of the plate for strike number 1. Not only is it hard to hit for the cycle in the major leagues or in college, but it's even harder when these hitters are transitioning from metal bats to wood bats in the summer. The 0-1 pitch is swung on, grounded right side. The second baseman, Borchers, gets there and will make a throw to first base. And Jack Johnson moves over to third on the putout.
Up to the plate now for the Grey Wolves, Ryan Smith, number 13, center fielder.
That'll bring up Ryan Smith, one of the 2 members of this Grey Wolves team that were selected for the All-Star game. Ryan Smith and Jeffrey Mitchell Jr., the 2 outfielders for the Grey Wolves, both hitting over 300. Selected to the West Coast League All-Star game. First pitch to Smith is swung on, and it's going to get fouled down the first baseline. Sun setting to my left from the west. The field and home plate points due northeast here, and it's a cool backdrop similar to the gorge if you're looking at each side across the river. In the gorge, the 0-1 pitch is inside and low for ball number 1, making the count 1-1. Rolling hills, high deserts kind of area, plains, grassy plains, as the 1-1 pitch is grounded left side, charged by the shortstop, and the throw is going to be in time from Douglas to Tolia to get Ryan Smith. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base for Matt Young is how the Grey Wolves go down in order after a double by Johnson. You're listening to Grey Wolves Baseball, and score is 0-0 here in Wenatchee.
You are in a quest full of danger and excitement. Your path clouded by deception and dead ends that could cost you dearly. You have to fight off dangerous snakes and vicious jackals, savage headhunters and shark-infested waters. You don't know who to trust, and all you want is to buy a new car. I'm Bess Wills at Gresham Ford, and getting the car or truck you need doesn't have to be a dangerous adventure of epic proportions. At Gresham Ford, you won't find any snakes, weasels, or other predators, and you don't have to worry if you are going to get pillaged. All dealers pay the same for the cars they sell. We just help you get the new or used vehicle you need without all the drama. If you want an adventure full of shady characters, crooked deals, and nasty vermin, go to the movies. If you want to get the best built cars and trucks in America, come to Gresham Ford. We'll all donate $100 to the church or charity of your choice with every vehicle you purchase at Gresham Ford. Bum ba dum bum bum bum.
Dairy Queen.
Donovan Ramirez takes the mound for the Grey Wolves here in the bottom of the first inning. Score 0-0 as the Grey Wolves were unable to get a run across in the first inning. Jack Johnson did get a 1-out double. Donovan Ramirez out of Cal State East Bay, Division II school down in central/northern California. However you want to look at it. Considered Northern California, but it's more in the middle third of California. As Donovan Ramirez posts a 2-1 record with a .44 ERA, only allowing 1 total earned run in 20 and a third innings pitched. He has 12 strikeouts, and he will look to face off against Shane Martinez, Matt Frazier, and Matt Rattano here for the Apple Sox here in the first inning. As the Grey Wolves will look to make 5 games in a row, winning 6 games in a row. As the high leg kick from Donovan Ramirez is swung on and missed, a fastball that Martinez can't catch up to. Donovan Ramirez appeared in 7 games in 2015. Pitched 12 innings as The 0-1 pitch is upstairs, swung on and missed again, a fastball. That Martinez was unable to get a piece of. The 0-2 pitch. High leg kick from Ramirez is a breaking ball, and it's going to be called strike 3 as Donovan Ramirez sets down the first batter he faces in 3 straight pitches, as Martinez was looking for a chaser pitch there, but Martinez decided to throw it over the top of the plate, and that's strike number 3, and Martinez goes back to the dugout. Here in the first inning, Matt Frazier will step in, the center fielder. Played center field last night as well, and the delivery from the righty is outside for ball number 1. Ramirez pitching to left-handed batter Matt Frazier. The 1-0 pitch, changeup, grounded right back at Ramirez, and he'll make the flip over to Rodriguez, and that'll be 2 outs for Ramirez and company.
Coming up to bat for your Wenatchee Apple Sox, number 9.
That'll bring up Matt Rattano, as Donovan Ramirez has set down the first 2 batters he's faced here in Wenatchee. Matt Rattano behind the plate tonight, as Hayden Hastings, the catcher from the last 2 games, will get the night off. First pitch is swung on, kind of check swung, but he wasn't able to keep it back, as Rattano swings and misses at Ramirez's first pitch. Breaking ball upstairs for ball number 1, makes it 1-1 with 2 outs in the inning, as Ramirez will brush some dirt on the rubber. The high leg kick from the righty, swung on, high fly ball, shallow center field, 3 players converging on it, and the second baseman, Michael Breen, will be the one to put his glove on the ball first and make the catch, as Smith, Doherty, and Breen were converging, and the Grey Wolves set down the Apple Sox 3 up, 3 down in order as we head to the second inning here in Wenatchee. You're listening to Gresham Grey Wolves Baseball on Grey Wolves Live.
Finding the right dentist for your young children can be challenging. At Gresham Pediatric Dentistry, we understand the importance of helping your child feel comfortable in the dental chair. Since 2007, Dr. Jiyoung Lee has helped many young patients in the Gresham area, and she can help your child too. Request your appointment today at GreshamPediatricDentistry.com.
Hey kids, the Gresham Grey Wolves will be conducting a 3-day baseball camp right here at Austin Field on July 20th through the 22nd. This is a great opportunity to develop your skills, have fun, and learn from the Gresham Grey Wolves players. Registration is just $45 per child and is open to all ages 5 through 16. You can register online at GreshamGreyWolves.com. See you at the ballpark.
Turn a double play with the Gresham Grey Wolves this season by becoming a marketing partner. If you or someone you know who would like more information on how to become a marketing partner of the Gresham Grey Wolves during their inaugural season, contact Derek Hargett at 503-890-8827 for more information. Again, that number is 503-890-8827. Your partnership with the Gresham Grey Wolves will be a howlin' time.
Visit them right here in the ballpark tonight.
Brian Smith will step into the batter's box.
Remember, must be at least 21 years of age with valid ID.
Josh Adams will step into the batter's box. Man who went 4 for 6 last night with 2 RBIs, and the winning RBI, the game-tying RBI back in the 9th inning.
It's left fielder, number 32, Josh Adams.
Josh Adams moves from right field to left field tonight. Man out of UC Santa Barbara, also known as Chomaha, after the Gauchos made a trip to Omaha for the first time in school history. Adams hitting from the left side. We'll see a breaking ball upstairs from the lefty Young here to open up the at-bat. Adams with the shin guard swings and fouls this one off that just gets foul. 10 feet down the line. And if you can't understand some of the things I say, or if it sounds like I'm talking weird, that game 2-ball we were talking about yesterday with Clark and Book, well, we played it today when we had gotten kicked out of our hotel rooms because checkout is at 11 o'clock. But the game's here at 7, so what do you do for 6 hours before you got to go to the ballpark? As the 1-1 pitches upstairs for ball number 2, making the count 2-1 to Adams from Young. So we played 2-ball in the parking lot. 2-1 pitches a breaking ball, and it's going to be a called strike on the inner part of the plate, making the count 2-2. And last night's starter, Aaron Schaup, who pitched a fantastic game, going 6 innings, before giving up the relief duties to Brett Ganaway. As the 2-2 pitch is outside for ball number 3, making the count full here to number 32, Josh Adams. 3 balls, 2 strikes to number 32. Swung on, laced up the middle, ground ball. It's going to get through for a single. And another broken bat for Josh Adams. And I talked to him after the game, said, "Hey, what's up, Big Daddy? 4 for 6 tonight." And he goes, "Yeah, with 3 broken bats." And that pitch right there, he just broke another bat. So he's broken 4 bats in 2 nights, and we're only into the 2nd inning here after Adams' single. Adams not happy about his broken bats as he jogged to first base and flipped his hands in frustration, kind of like he was flipping a cup in the air. As Young will deliver home with a runner at first base, and it's going to be a called strike to the new batter, Mark Cardinale. So about that 2-ball game, as the 0-1 pitch from Young is delivered home. Swung on and missed. Off-speed pitch is missed by Cardinale. Aaron Schaup was tossing balls at everybody's upper bodies and faces. And later in the games, we've gone through about 6, 7, 8 rounds, whatever, as the 0-2 pitch is swung on and fouled into the top of the netting here. And
it's time to call the glass doctor. We fix your pains.
Aaron Schaup decides to throw a ball in my head right as I go down to get a ball below the knee, which is a bad toss. So technically the person that tossed the ball should have been out. As I grab the ball in the air, and as the 0-2 pitch is again fouled off by Mark Cardinale. So I get the ball with my left hand below my knee, as I have to kind of squat down to get the ball. And it's a quick hot potato game if you've never played 2-ball. Everybody gets in a circle and tosses 2 different baseballs around. You grab one and toss it to somebody else. So Aaron Schaup's ball is coming right at my face, as the 0-2 pitch is swung on and fouled again off down over the first base dugout, and this time lands in between the basketball courts and the field. I get the ball from the ground that somebody had thrown at me from my left side. And I stand up, and as soon as I pick my head up, as I've gotten to my full standing position, a ball hits me square in the mouth. And everybody erupts and makes fun of Aaron Schaup. The 0-2 pitch is laced up the middle, off of the foot of the pitcher, Young, and it goes right to the first baseman in the air, who was standing right on top of the bag. That was a funky play, as everybody here in the ballpark is laughing about that one.
Jeffrey Mitchell.
As looked like the ball was going to scoot all the way over the top of the infield and get into the outfield. But the ball happened to land right in the glove of Tolia at first base, who was standing on the bag to record the out. As Mark Cardinale grounds out, but Josh Adams moves over to second base on the out. So there's 1 out now, and Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. will step into the batter's box. Hitting .314, and he's going to swing and foul off the first pitch he sees into the netting. That meets the end of the dugout here at Wenatchee Valley College. So it's an 0-1 count now with 1 out, runner in scoring position, and the next pitch is fouled off again into the same spot. As Matt Young, the lefty, will wait for the umpire to get more baseballs as the Gray Wolves keep fouling off pitches here off of Matt Young out of University of Nevada, Reno. Matt Young is from Reno, Nevada, as he's going to be a junior next fall. 0-2 pitch is going to be outside for ball number 1, as the umpire quickly and loudly says out. And the ground out by Mark Cardinale is going to go down as a 1-3 put out after it kicked off of the pitcher's foot. As Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. grounds one to the left side, but the pitcher's going to pick it up and make a throw over to first base after trying to look back Josh Adams, but he had moved on contact. Josh Adams moves very quickly.
Catcher number 53, Matt Carroll.
As we saw that a couple times up in Kelowna, where it seems like he was moving forward before the ball was even hit, as he would miraculously cover a bunch of ground out in the outfield. Great awareness and good reactions to see where the ball's going to land and make a play on it, with good route running by the outfielder out of UC Santa Barbara. Matt Carroll steps into the batter's box, facing off against the lefty, and he's going to foul off the first pitch he sees as well, as the Gray Wolves seem to be swinging at just about every first pitch from Young tonight. Giancarlo Stanton winning the home run derby, as the ground ball from Matt Carroll gets past the third baseman, who kind of sticks his arm out to try to get that ball on a short hop, but it gets past him into the left field, and Josh Adams comes in to score on the play. It's going to go down as an E5, and the Gray Wolves have their first run of the inning as Michael Breen steps up to the plate. Michael Breen hitting .213 on the season, as Matt Carroll's batting average sits at 129 now. First pitch to Breen is a called strike. Giancarlo Stanton winning the home run derby with 61 total home runs, a record for the MLB home run derby. The 0-1 pitch is thrown over to first base instead to try to get Matt Carroll, who quickly and tauntingly steps off the bag quickly and gets a lead over at first base. Michael Breen out of San Jose State sees the 0-1 pitch outside for ball number 1. One pitch is lined down the right field line, but it's going to get foul and make its way into the Gray Wolves bullpen.
Each time the Apple Sox win at home, your ticket stub's good for $5 off any service at your local Jiffy Lube. Visit Jiffy Lube tomorrow at either their South or North Mission Street locations.
So
Thanks,
because
Jiffy Lube.
Schaub gave me a fat lip, I've been eating ice the last 3 hours, as San Jose State second baseman Michael Breen looks at a 1-2 pitch as the breaking ball stays up high for ball number 2. Michael Breen moving into the lineup, and it's pretty much staying in the lineup all year in the middle infield, as the 2-2 pitch is another ball, making the count full with 2 outs and a runner at first base. Matt Carroll, the catcher out of Columbia. Michael Breen supposed to play second base last night, but moved over to shortstop after Dylan Doherty's late scratch due to a tight back. And the full count pitch, payoff pitch, is swung on and missed way outside by Michael Breen, and the Gray Wolves will head back out, but they score a run on one hit, one error, and one runner left on base here as the Grey Wolves take a 1-0 lead here in Wenatchee. You're listening to Gresham Grey Wolves Baseball on Grey Wolves Live.
Visit
It's a howlin' good time down at the Lucky Pint, where we have 30 rotating taps, happy hour all day on Sundays, fishbowl Fridays, or just come down and fill up a growler. The Lucky Pint is the home of Gresham Grey Wolves, where we honor service members with a 20% discount every Monday. Check us out on Facebook to see our latest cocktails and craft beer list, and then come in and see for yourself what all the excitement is all about. Located at 1888 Northwest Fairview Parkway in Gresham, your locally owned place for craft beer and cocktails in Gresham.
Finding the right dentist for your young children can be challenging. At Gresham Pediatric Dentistry, we understand the importance of helping your child feel comfortable in the dental chair. Since 2007, Dr. Jiyoung Lee has helped many young patients in the Gresham area, and she can help your child too. Request your appointment today at GreshamPediatricDentistry.com.
Or on the couch, or somewhere in
Grey Wolves lead 1-0 here
with an ice-cold Pepsi.
in the bottom of the second.
Official soft drink of the Wenatchee Apple
And the
Sauce.
Grey Wolves
Pepsi, live for now.
led 1-0 last night before falling
Up to bat for your Wenatchee
to
Apple
3-1,
Sauce.
losing to
Number
falling
7.
3-1
Left
before the
fielder,
Grey Wolves scored 3
Jordan
runs
Rathbone.
through the 11th inning in the 8th, 9th, and 11th, scoring 3 total runs, 1 run in each at bat / frame, as the first pitch from Donovan Ramirez is a fastball, and it's going to be fouled off down the right field line. The batter, Jordan Rathbone, fouling that pitch off, seeing his first at-bat against Ramirez here in Wenatchee. And the second pitch to Rathbone is a called strike from Donovan Ramirez. And that makes the count 0-2, and Donovan Ramirez with the high leg kick will deliver a breaking ball. Chopped up the middle, Michael Breen cuts it off and makes a strong throw, which kind of forces Ryan Rodriguez off the bag, but he gets his foot on the bag
Coming up
to
bat for your
record the
Wenatchee
out,
Apple Sox.
and that's the first out of the inning here
Number
in Wenatchee.
30, first baseman, Michael Tolia.
Michael Tolia steps into the batter's box. Michael Tolia scoring in the third with 1 hit in the game and a walk. And it's the first pitch he sees as a ball, having 2 triples in the series opener back on Saturday night. And the 1-0 pitch is low for ball number 2.
Jeremy Ford, you've won a prize package from Link Transit. If you would, report to the guest customer services window and receive your prize. That's Jeremy Ford.
As Donovan Ramirez out of Cal State East Bay comes set and delivers. And the 2-0 pitch is outside again for ball number 3. Donovan Ramirez out of Silver Creek High School, graduated in 2014. Where he played 4 years of varsity baseball and 3 years of varsity football. And the 3-0 pitch is a fastball over the top of the plate for strike number 1. In 2014, he was a all-star starting quarterback in California at San Jose, as 3-1 pitch is outside for ball number 4, and Tolia will take his base. Similar to what he did last night, walking in.
Stepping up to the plate now, number 8, Ryan Kreidler.
Walking in the third before scoring in that inning. As Ryan Kreidler, the designated hitter, steps into the batter's box for the Apple Sox with 1 out in the inning. Jack Johnson playing even with the bag over at third, and Donovan Ramirez will throw over to first base to keep Tolia there. You've seen a handful of triples here in Wenatchee, as the first pitch to Kreidler is a called strike. Tolia hit 2 in the first game, And the Grey Wolves hit 2 late in the game last night. One off from Curtis Perrin and one from Ryan Rodriguez. As another throw over to first base to hold Tolia. The first baseman is at first base for the Alpha Sox. First curveball from Ramirez to Ryan Kreidler is upstairs for ball number 1, making the count 1-1. 1-1 pitch, another throw over to first base. And that's 3 here in this at bat. As the count is still 1-1. And Donovan Ramirez on the mound. Sun is setting behind a lone tree in left field. As the 1-1 pitch is a lazy fly ball into shallow left field. And Doherty backpedals quickly to get underneath it and make the catch for out number 2 here.
Coming up to the plate.
As Taylor Borcher steps into the batter's box here with 1 out and a runner at first base.
Baseman number 24.
Taylor Borchers,
Taylor Borchers.
the second baseman tonight. Playing second base last night as well. Borchers going to Gonzaga University in the fall to play his baseball out of Appleton, Wisconsin. As Taylor Borchers is the farthest from home on this Apple Sox team. Most players coming from Washington and the West Coast. As the 0-1 pitch is swung on and missed by Borchers, making the count 0-2.
Guest customer service window for
one player from Arizona, one from Idaho.
From Link Transit, Jeremy Ford.
Many from Washington and California. A couple from Colorado. Couple from Nevada. As the 0-2 pitch is swung on and missed. But that's going to be strike number 3, and the throw to from Caro to Doherty is kind of lazily caught out behind the bag, as there was no need for the throw, as the 0-2 pitch was swung on and missed with 2 outs, and that retires the side here as Donovan gets out of the second inning with no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base after a walk, as the Grey Wolves will head to the second, put their helmets on, grab their bats, and look to add on to this 1-0 lead here in Wenatchee. You're listening to Gresham Grey Wolves Baseball here on Grey Wolves Live.
Bum-ba-da-dum, da-da-dum. You are in a quest full of danger and excitement. Your path clouded by deception and dead ends that could cost you dearly. You have to fight off dangerous snakes and vicious jackals, savage headhunters and shark-infested waters. You don't know who to trust. And all you want is to buy a new car. I'm Bess Wills at Gresham Ford, and getting the car or truck you need doesn't have to be a dangerous adventure of epic proportions. At Gresham Ford, you won't find any snakes, weasels, or other predators, and you don't have to worry if you are going to get pillaged. All dealers pay the same for the cars they sell. We just help you get the new or used vehicle you need without all the drama. If you want an adventure full of shady characters, crooked deals, and nasty vermin, go to the movies. If you want to get the best built cars and trucks in America, come to Gresham Ford. We'll all donate $100 to the church or charity of your choice with every vehicle you purchase at Gresham Ford. Bum ba dum bum bum bum.
Here in the ballpark tonight.
Welcome back to Wenatchee.
Speaking of Link Transit,
Here as Dylan Doherty, Jack Johnson, and Ryan Rodriguez will come out for the third inning in their second at-bats.
of a Link Transit goodie bag. Please report
Dylan Doherty
to the
lined out
customer
to the
service
shortstop in his
window
first
for your
at-bat.
prize. Mike Ricketts of Wenatchee.
Jack Johnson then had a 1-out double as he was the one hit of the inning, and he got left on base as the Grey Wolves weren't able to score him. The Grey Wolves lead 1-0 here as the first pitch from Young is fouled off of and to the right past Doherty, who hits in the left-handed batter's box. And if you're looking at it, the field from behind home plate, he's hitting from the right side, but he's a left-handed batter. His left hand on top, his right hand on the bottom of the bat. as the 0-1 pitch is way up high for ball number 1. Dylan Doherty sees the 1-1 pitch in the dirt outside for ball number 2. And that makes the count 2-1. As the Gray Wolves lead 1-0 here. And the 2-1 pitch is way inside. Dylan Doherty has to lean way back to see that one past him without hitting him, making the count 3 balls and 1 strike. As Dylan Doherty looks to get on base here for the first time tonight, playing shortstop. And he's going to foul the 3-1 pitch over out of play towards where the fans are beginning to sit down the left field line on the berm. Out of play. As time is called by Doherty, as Matt Young was taking too much time on the mound for Doherty's liking. As Dylan Doherty sees a 3-2 pitch
Credit Union has several
off the plate for ball number 4, and Dylan Doherty walks down to first base with a leadoff walk here in the 3rd off of Young.
Visit Giza.com. Up to bat now, third baseman.
And the celebrity softball game's going on at Petco Park in San Diego. Good pieces of hitting over there out of those celebrities. As the first pitch to Jack Johnson is inside near his ankles for ball number 1. Dylan Doherty down at first base. Matt Young looking him back and will step over to first with his right foot.
It's time for Tim's thick cut and freshly made local potato chips. Tim's
Just keep Dylan Doherty over there at first base without him taking off.
At the Apple Sox concession stand.
And another throw over to first base, but this time not in time as Dylan Doherty gets back to the bag standing up. Jack Johnson in the batter's box, hitting from the right side. Right-handed batter. As Dylan Doherty takes off, the throw down from the catcher is not in time, and Dylan Doherty is going to get into second base with a stolen base, as a throw from Matt Rotano was not in time on the short hop. And the count is 2-0 to Jack Johnson, who doubled in his first at-bat. Taking a pitch deep into right center field. On the second pitch he saw. 2-0 pitch swung on, and it's going to be chopped towards Justin Barkas over in the third base coaching box. Home plate umpire will get new baseballs. Jack Johnson will readjust his gloves and then step back into the batter's box. He's put a shin guard on, as Gray Wolves batters have been fouling a bunch of pitches off of their legs here in this 6-game road trip. And it's pretty painful. 2-1 pitch, off-speed pitch, upstairs for ball number 3. So there's no outs in the inning. Dylan Doherty's in scoring position at second base after a leadoff walk and a stolen base. 3-1 pitch is inside for ball number 4, and that's going to be 2 straight walks for Young here to the Gray Wolves. And big swinging Ryan Rodriguez steps up to the plate with 2 runners on. Ryan Rodriguez can put a dent in just about anything he touches. As Carter Book claims that he most definitely has the highest bench press personal record, with Rylan Luchuk squatting the most. As players play together, live together, and work out together. And the first pitch to Rodriguez is in the dirt, and he pulls back his bunt attempt as the corners were crashing for the Apple Sox. Gray Wolves looking to tack on more runs here. Interesting to see Ryan Rodriguez bunting, but he can play small ball, and the Gray Wolves will look for runs however they can, as the corners are in for the Apple Sox. And the 1-0 pitch is fouled off into the basketball courts, where there is a pickup game of 3-on-3 basketball going on here in Wenatchee. Gray Wolves scoring runs via hits, via walks, and capitalizing on opposing team errors on this 6-game road trip. And the 1-1 pitch is inside for ball 2. At the elbow of Rodriguez, who gives $12 haircuts if you're looking for one. His hair looks pretty good. Dylan Doherty's hair looks pretty good down there at second base with his helmet on, as they have the same haircut, all done by Ryan Rodriguez. And the 2-1 pitch is grounded left side, high grounder to second base. Excuse me, to third base, as Martinez steps on the bag and makes a throw to first base, but not in time to get Rodriguez on the fielder's choice.
13. Ryan Smith, center fielder.
So Doherty's the first out of the inning at third base, and Ryan Smith steps into the batter's box. Ryan Smith hitting .314 for the Gray Wolves. One of 2 Gray Wolves selected to the All-Star game for the West Coast League. Jeffrey Mitchell Jr., the right fielder tonight, the other member. Ryan Smith out of Southern Illinois University, playing in center field. He's one of 4 Salukis to be named to Summer Collegiate Baseball League All-Star teams. A Saluki is a dog, we found out last night, as Carter Book was correct in the fact that it was a dog. I bet you he looked that up before posing the question himself. So, Carter Book, I'm calling you a cheater when it came to that guessing game, as the 1-0 pitch is upstairs for ball number 2 to Ryan Smith. Carter Book, a lovely personality to have on the team. The 2-0 pitch is grounded through the left side, and it's going to get past the third baseman diving attempt of Shane Martinez, and Jack Johnson is going to come around to score from second base as the Gray Wolves take a 2-0 lead here in the top of the third inning off of Ryan Smith's single.
Play now, left fielder, number 32, Josh Adams.
Josh Adams steps into the batter's box, who had 2 RBIs last night, went 4 for 6. He's 1 for 1 tonight, singling in the second, and coming around to score as well on an E5 that Matt Carroll forced. First pitch to Adams is a fastball outside, swung on and missed, just missing Adams' bat. Adams is now on to bat number 5 here in this series, as he broke 3 bats last night and broke somebody else's bat tonight, and now he's on somebody else's bat again. I'll figure out who that is later and let you know next time the Gray Wolves are on the road, as the 0-1 pitch is fouled off. The count is now 0-2 with 1 out. Gray Wolves lead 2-0 after scoring a run on a single by Ryan Smith. Gray Wolves have 3 hits and a forced an error, as count 0-2 to Adams. There's a curveball swung on and fouled out of play towards the concession stand, and it's going to land just in front of the concession stand.
We fix your pains. Call 415-3400.
As Adams will see another 0-2 pitch here from starter Matt Young. The mound is in the shade. First base is in the shade. The only thing in the infield not in the shade is second base, and where second baseman defends, who has his hand up to block the sun in his fielding position, as Nat Young turns to second base to hold Ryan Rodriguez there. Josh Adams will step out of the batter's box, and Rattano will go have a chat with Young on the mound. As the umpire will ask for more baseballs. Here with only one ball bag, so only able to hold on to 3 balls in the bag on his right hip. Umpires in cobalt blue, also known as Delta in the umpiring world. As the 0-2 pitch is a breaking ball, a chaser pitch outside that Josh Adams wisely does not swing at. The 0-2 pitch has become an interesting topic among baseball analysts, as you can decide to throw a strike in which the batter knows he has to swing at, and this time the 1-2 pitch is swung on and fouled off of the inner leg of Rattano, the catcher. Or you can throw a pitch way outside and see if the batter will chase it. And when you're up 0-2 as a pitcher, it doesn't matter if you throw a ball, you're still ahead. But many times pitchers can lose batters after going ahead 0-2 and throwing a ball on purpose, as they can go on to walk the batter as the at-bat lengthens. So the count is 1-2 after Josh Adams fouls off the 1-2 pitch. Time is put back in play after the catcher takes some time to massage out the ball that hit him in his inner thigh. The 1-2 pitch is outside again. This one a lot closer than the last ball. And the count is now 2-2. Runners at first and second. Ryan at second, Ryan at first. Rodriguez takes off from second base. And the 2-2 pitch is fouled into the dugout of the Grey Wolves down the first baseline. Ryan Smith did not take off on the play. Interesting decision to send Ryan Rodriguez from second to third with no protection, as the batter Adams is hitting from the left-handed batter's box, meaning the catcher has a clear throwing path to third base. 2-2 pitch, no runners take off. Sky deep into right center field, and there's no tag by either Smith or Rodriguez on the swing and the fly out by Adams.
Wolves, number 25, the designated hitter, Mark Cardinelli.
Mark Cardinelli will step into the batter's box now for the Grey Wolves, leading 2-0 with 2 outs now. And Mark Cardinelli to UC Davis, who just finished up his sophomore year, will look to extend the lead here with Rodriguez at second base and Smith at first, both taking off on contact with 2 outs, and Ryan Smith with pure speed on the base paths. And this one's going to line into left center field, and a diving effort by Frazier makes the catch and saves 2 runs there, as a good strong swing and a well-struck ball by Cardinelli is hauled in by the center fielder Frazier. And we'll go to the bottom half of the third inning with the Grey Wolves leading 2-0 after scoring a run. You're listening to Gresham Grey Wolves Baseball here on Grey Wolves Live.
It's a howlin' good time down at the Lucky Pint, where we have 30 rotating taps, happy hour all day on Sundays, fishbowl Fridays, or just come down and fill up a growler. The Lucky Pint is the home of Gresham Grey Wolves, where we honor service members with a 20% discount every Monday. Check us out on Facebook to see our latest cocktails and craft beer list, and then come in and see for yourself what all the excitement is all about. Located at 1888 Northwest Fairview Parkway in Gresham, your locally owned place for craft beer and cocktails in Gresham.
Finding the right dentist for your young children can be challenging. At Gresham Pediatric Dentistry, we understand the importance of helping your child feel comfortable in the dental chair. Since 2007, Dr. Jiyoung Lee has helped many young patients in the Gresham area, and she can help your child too. Request your appointment today at GreshamPediatricDentistry.com.
Thomas Senior Stadium.
Caro throws down to second base after Ramirez finishes up his warm-up pitches here
for your Wenatchee Apple Sox.
In the bottom of the third inning,
Shortstop,
as Donovan Ramirez will face off against
Douglas.
shortstop Evan Douglas, right fielder Sheldon Leakola, and Shane Martinez, the third baseman, here in the third. Grey Wolves leading 2-0 after scoring a run there in the third inning, and scoring a run in the second as well. And Donovan Ramirez, with his very high leg kick, will deliver a first pitch strike to Evan Douglas to quickly get ahead in the count. He's thrown 16 total strikes and 7 balls to Wenatchee batters, and that makes ball number 8. And the count 1-1 to Evan Douglas, the second baseman tonight for the Apple Sox. The leg kick from Ramirez delivers the pitch, and the fly ball into left field is right at Josh Adams. And Donovan Ramirez retires the first batter of the inning again here in Wenatchee. The first batter has been retired all 3 innings here.
Fielder number 28.
As Donovan Ramirez has only allowed one runner on base via a walk in the second. That was Michael Tolia. And he will now face off against Sheldon Leakola, moving quickly. And a fastball outside is the first pitch to Leakola. And the 1-0 pitch is outside as well, making the count 2-0. 2-0 pitch from Ramirez is rolled over to Rodriguez, who muffles the grounder, and Leakola gets on base
Nadine
on the play.
Of Wenatchee. Nadine Oldenburg, please report to the Link Transit customer guest window.
It's going to go down as an error on
package from
Ryan Rodriguez.
Nadine Oldenburg of Wenatchee.
And the Apple Sox have their second base runner of the night.
Now. Top of the order.
And Shane Martinez
Third
will step in the batter's box.
Number 2, Shane Martinez.
Led off the bottom of the first inning in Game 1 with a leadoff home run deep to left field. Very open stance with the shin guard on his left leg. Sees a first pitch curveball from Ramirez for strike number 1.
Congratulations.
0-1 now with 1 out. Leakola at first base after a grounder left side. Double play ball, and the scoop by Rodriguez is not there, and it's going to go down as a fielder's choice and another base runner for
and coming up to bat for your
the Apple Sox. But they get the out at second base,
center fielder,
and Donovan Ramirez
Matt Frazier
gets Sheldon Leakola on a ground out. Matt Frazier stepping into the batter's box. The left-handed high school senior who will be attending University of Arizona in the fall to play baseball for the Wildcats. And this pitch gets away from Caro, and the throw down to second base is way over the bag to the right as the ball kicked to the right from the plate, and that's going to go down as a stolen base.
First stolen base of the game. To keep your valuables from being stolen, call Keyhole Security for all your residential, commercial, or auto.
So Shane Martinez gets into second base with the
663-5610
stolen base, and that's the first runner in a scoring position for the Apple Sox tonight. as Ramirez comes out of this stretch, and the 2-0 pitch, 1-0 pitch is outside for ball number 2. Frazier with an open stance as well from the left-handed batter's box. And the 2-0 pitch is low. And a big secondary lead from Martinez out at second. And Caro not trusting his arm there that time on the back pick attempt, as Breen and Doherty were yelling for Caro to throw or not to throw. My hearing is going out, so is my eyesight. So I can't always hear what they're saying on the field. And the 3-0 pitch is going to be right over the plate for strike number 1, as Frazier not swinging on the 3-0 pitch, forcing Ramirez to throw a strike, and that he does. 2 outs in the inning, runner at second base, as Frazier, the center fielder, will not swing at the 3-1 pitch and get on first base with a walk, and that's the second walk of the inning. First walk of the inning, second walk of the game
Your Wenatchee Apple Sox.
here by Donovan Ramirez.
Number 9, Matt Rattano.
Donovan Ramirez, one of the pitchers I roomed with on this second half of the trip. Donovan Ramirez, Gabe Benavides, and David Wallum. As Matt Rattano steps into the batter's box in the 3rd inning, after grounding out to the second baseman. And a pick over to second base. And an attempt at the hidden ball trick by Michael Breen is unsuccessful, as Shane Martinez stays on the bag. Ramirez will come set and deliver home this time. And the pitch is going to be low for ball number 1. So Ramirez in a little bit of a hole here with runners on first and second, but there's 2 outs, and he just needs 1 out here to head back to the dugout to relax a little bit. And the 1-0 pitch is fouled into the chest of Rattano, the catcher, and that one hurts as he walks this one off. That one got off just the lower part of his collarbone on his left shoulder. As Rattano will take his time getting back into the batter's box.
Clifton Larson Allen's a proud sponsor.
And rightly so after taking that one off the body.
Providing experience for agriculture, manufacturing, healthcare, and banking industry.
You can't really wear a chest protector in the batter's box, as that hinders your batting motion. But the catcher Rattano will put the chest protector back on when he comes out to crouch behind the plate and catch Matt Young here in the 4th. High fly ball, deep left field. Adams running after it, but it's going to get down the line in left field, and they're going to wave around Martinez from second base. And the ball game is now 2-1 after a double by Rattano. That'll bring up Jordan Rathbone, the left fielder for the Apple Sox.
7, Jordan Rathbone.
Rathbone grounded out to the second baseman, Michael Breen, in the 2nd. Rathbone swings and fouls off the inside pitch into the netting. Rathbone hitting .283. Team high batting average in today's lineup, tied with Michael Tolia at .283. Both are hitless tonight, as that was the first hit off of Donovan Ramirez, and the 0-1 pitch is a called strike. Jordan Rathbone now looking at an 0-2 count. And Donovan Ramirez will deliver home. Curveball swung on, and this one's going to get out of play on the 0-2 pitch. Rathbone looking again at an 0-2 count with 2 outs. Runners at second and third. And this one is kicked towards the pitcher, and it's going to go down as a wild pitch as Frazier comes in and scores. That one kicked off of the chest protector of Caro and bounced back towards the pitcher, Ramirez, who got it and had no play there. Runner stays at second base, but the game is now 2-2.
Up next to bat, number 30. Oh, check that.
Jordan Rathbone still in the batter's box with a 1-2 count.
Come on, Jordan. Drive the ball. Drive him in.
As a PA announcer was about to call for a new batter, but there is no new batter. As a big secondary lead from Rattano, and the 2-2 pitch is skied out of play down the first baseline, and there's still 2 outs. But the ball game is tied 2-2 after the Apple Sox have scored 2 runs here in the bottom of the third inning.
Come on, Jordan.
Donovan Ramirez getting a sign from catcher Matt Caro. Deliver home, and it's going to be swung on, just getting a piece of it, but Caro's going to hold on for the strikeout as Donovan Ramirez gets out of the inning with just 2 runs scored. As we'll head back to dugouts, take a break, and come out for the 4th inning here in Wenatchee. Grey Wolves and Apple Sox tied at 2 apiece here on Grey Wolves Live.
Bum, ba-da-dum, da-da-dum. You are in a quest full of danger and excitement. Your path clouded by deception and dead ends that could cost you dearly. You have to fight off dangerous snakes and vicious jackals, savage headhunters and shark-infested waters. You don't know who to trust, and all you want is to buy a new car. I'm Bess Wills at Gresham Ford, and getting the car or truck you need doesn't have to be a dangerous adventure of epic proportions. At Gresham Ford, you won't find any snakes, weasels, or other predators, and you don't have to worry if you are going to get pillaged. All dealers pay the same for the cars they sell. We just help you get the new or used vehicle you need without all the drama. If you want an adventure full of shady characters, crooked deals, and nasty vermin, go to the movies. If you want to get the best built cars and trucks in America, come to Gresham Ford. We'll all donate $100 to the church or charity of your choice with every vehicle you purchase at Gresham Ford. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum.
Finding the right dentist for your young children can be challenging. At Gresham Pediatric Dentistry, we understand the importance of helping your child feel comfortable in the dental chair. Since 2007, Dr. Jiyoung Lee has helped many young patients in the Gresham area, and she can help your child too. Request your appointment today at GreshamPediatricDentistry.com.
Hey kids, the Gresham Grey Wolves will be conducting a 3-day baseball camp right here at Austin Field on July 20th through the 22nd. This is a great opportunity to develop your skills, have fun, and learn from the Gresham Grey Wolves players. Registration is just $45 per child and is open to all ages 5 through 16. You can register online at GreshamGreyWolves.com. See you at the ballpark.
For the Grey Wolves,
Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. will step into the batter's box and face off against Matt
Jeffrey
Young
Mitchell,
at the University
right
of
fielder.
Nevada, Reno, who will be a junior and finished up 2 years at Western Nevada College. And the first pitch Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. sees, he flies into center field. Frazier will make some steps over to his right and make the catch for out number 1 here in the 4th.
Up next for the Grey Wolves, Number 53, the catcher.
That'll bring up Matt Caro. Last outing for Young came on July 1st in a 3-0 loss to Cowlitz. He only pitched 3 innings. This is just his 3rd start for the Apple Sox. He allowed 2 hits, facing 10 batters against Cowlitz in Longview, Washington. And the first pitch to Caro is fouled off. Caro reaching in the second on an error by the third baseman, which scored Josh Adams, who had moved over to third base after a leadoff single in the second. And the 0-1 pitch is a off-speed breaking ball pitch outside for ball number 1. Young taking his time out on the mound, and Caro taking his time getting back into the batter's box, as the 1-1 pitch again cannot find the plate. Outside, ball number 2. Young's 4th pitch to Caro is upstairs, making the count 3 balls and 1 strike. Caro with a 2.58 ERA in 24 1/3 innings pitched, coming into the night with 29 strikeouts. Delivers the 3-1 pitch. Belt high inside, but it's going to be called strike as Matt Caro tried to sway the umpire's strike decision. Starting to walk towards first base, but a called strike. Count is 3 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out. And Young delivers home, and that one's outside for ball number 4, as that one was upstairs and outside.
Coming up next.
And Caro's on board for the 2nd time tonight.
Number 1, second baseman.
And Michael Breen steps up to the batter's box after a strikeout in the second. Michael Breen out of San Jose State University. Hitting .213, a broken bat, swinging bunt down the first baseline, and the first baseman Tolia will tag him out as Breen tried to get away from that tag and kind of tripped on the edge of the grass, and he is slow to get up, tossing his helmet off of his head. And it looks like the tag didn't affect Breen on the ground now with his head in the dirt. And might have been something that when he landed, or an attempted, he tried to juke out the first baseman, and he might have twisted an ankle there. We'll see where the trainer is looking here, and it's behind his knee, so this can't be good. And we hope for the best, though, as we never know up here, not on the field. But the trainer quickly out, and it's Michael Breen's left knee that they're attending to, as Matt Caro moves over on the ground out. And Caro's at second base for the first time tonight. Caro hitting .133 with 4 hits. Earned his 12th walk tonight. As Jeffrey Mitchell Jr., Ryan Smith, and Ben Clanky round out the top 3 batting averages on the team, as Michael Breen hops on his right foot to the dugout. And fans here in Wenatchee clap along. Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. coming into the game with a .330 batting average, Ryan Smith with .317, and Ben Clanky 2 points below 300 at .298 with 14 hits and 47 at-bats.
Coming up to bat now.
Leadoff batter Dylan Doherty will step into the batter's box with 2 outs and a runner at second base.
Stop, number 2, Dylan Doherty.
Dylan Doherty hitting from the left-handed batter's box. And facing off against left-handed pitcher Matt Young. The Apple Sox throwing 3 lefties here in the series. And the first pitch to Doherty is outside for ball number 1. Doherty will move some dirt around in the batter's box and get ready again quickly as Matt Caro down at second base is moving around, bouncing around at second base. Ground ball right side, cut off by the second baseman Borchers, and throw over to first base is in time and on target to get Dylan Doherty here to retire the side in the fourth. After no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 runner is left on base here in the 4th inning, and the Grey Wolves and Apple Sox are tied 2-2.
We're featuring 2 new items in the Apple Sox.
You're listening to Gresham Grey Wolves Baseball here on Grey Wolves Live.
Apple Sox polo shirt.
It's a howlin' good time down at the Lucky Pint, where we have 30 rotating taps, happy hour all day on Sundays, fishbowl Fridays, or just come down and fill up a growler. The Lucky Pint is the home of Gresham Grey Wolves, where we honor service members with a 20% discount every Monday. Check us out on Facebook to see our latest cocktails and craft beer list, and then come in and see for yourself what all the excitement is all about. Located at 1888 Northwest Fairview Parkway in Gresham, your locally owned place for craft beer and cocktails in Gresham.
Finding the right dentist for your young children can be challenging. At Gresham Pediatric Dentistry, we understand the importance of helping your child feel comfortable in the dental chair. Since 2007, Dr. Jiyoung Lee has helped many young patients in the Gresham area, and she can help your child too. Request your appointment today at GreshamPediatricDentistry.com.
Now playing second base.
Jordan Barkus will play second base now for Michael Breen here after Breen went down with an injury there in the 4th. As we head to the bottom half of the frame, tied at 2 apiece. And Donovan Ramirez coming back out to the mound and trying to
games at their fabulous casinos in Manson, Omak, and Cooley Dam.
set the Apple Sox down in order. He'll face Michael Tolia, Ryan Kreidler, and Taylor Borchers here in the 4th.
Up next, number 30, first baseman Michael Tolia.
Michael Tolia is 0 for 0 tonight. No official at-bats, as he will step into the batter's box for the 2nd time tonight, though. Got a walk in the 2nd, but was stranded at first base after Donovan Ramirez got the next 2 batters out. And the first pitch to Tolia is grounded right side, and Rodriguez will get the ball, toss it underhand to a quickly moving Ramirez, and tap on the bag for the first out of the inning. 1 pitch, 1 out here
for the Wenatchee
in the
Apple Sox.
4th.
Number 8, Ryan Kreidler.
As Ryan Kreidler will step in now to face off against Ramirez. Kreidler is 0 for 1 tonight, popping up to the shortstop in very shallow left field. High leg kick from Ramirez is picked by Caro with an open hand. And the count is 1-0. Delivery, swung on, high pop fly. It's going to stay in the infield. Caro and Rodriguez going after it, and it's going to fall in fair territory as neither pitcher went for the ball, and slowly making a call after the ball had landed and bounced, and the Grey Wolves yelled the ball is called foul, as the Apple Sox manager is out to discuss, and now they're going to have a chat with the umpires. Are going to have a chat here, and this is the 2nd time there's been confusion between the 2 umpires here, and they're going to call it a foul ball.
Tonight's sponsor is
As last night, there was a fly ball to deep left field that the ball ended up dropping on, and the home plate umpire called it an out and a dropped ball on the transfer between his glove and his hand. But the field umpire called it no catch. As the 1-1 pitch is a curveball that gets the plate for strike number 2, and the count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jack Adams at first base. Didn't tag up in the throw over to first. Got him. Check swing, bounced in the dirt, and Matt Carroll will make a throw high to Ryan Rodriguez, but the throw is caught by Rodriguez, the first baseman. The 6'4" first baseman is able to haul it in, and that's going to go down as a strikeout. And Taylor Borchers will step in, the second baseman for the Apple Sox, and face off against
Borchers, number 24.
Donovan Ramirez, who has 4 strikeouts through 4 innings of work. And we still are technically in 3 2/3 of an inning for Ramirez. And the first pitch is swung on and slopped into center field on the first pitch, swinging from Borchers, and that's going to go down as a single, the second hit of the game for the Apple Sox. And Evan Douglas will step in now, who flew out to left field in his first step back in the 3rd inning. So a runner at first base now. And the first pitch from Ramirez is a curveball high for ball number 1. Donovan Ramirez came in with a .44 ERA as the 1-0 pitch is outside. And just one start, his last start against Walla Walla on July 5th. The Grey Wolves dropped the contest 4-0. As a 2-0 pitch is swung on and a called strike. Downey going 6 1/3 inning, allowing 3 runs on 1 hit. Striking out 2 as the 2-1 pitch is fouled into the netting and bounces to the left of the catcher. The count is now 2-2. This is Don's 7th appearance. And aside from the 6 1/3 innings pitched against Walla Walla, his longest appearance was against Kelowna back on June 18th, where he went 4 1/3 innings. His first appearance for the Grey Wolves. He walked 3 batters, facing 16. Did not allow a hit. His 1 game not allowing a hit. And he got the win in the 6-5 victory over Kelowna. 2-2 pitch is going to be outside a breaking ball that wrapped around the plate. As the count is now 3-2, and the runner at first base will be taking off on the pitch. That runner being Taylor Borchers after a single with 2 outs. Evan Douglas playing shortstop tonight. The runner does take off, and the payoff pitch is fouled in the top of the netting and bounces all the way back out to Ramirez, who will grab it, throw it to Matt Carroll, the catcher, and get a new baseball.
To the guest service window and pick up your prize. That's Janelle Himes of East Wenatchee. Congratulations.
In game 1 of the series, the Grey Wolves won 6-4. Chris Brown, the reliever, got the win after Gabe Benavides, the starter, had gone 6 innings. And the 3-2 pitch is a ball upstairs for ball number 4. And Donovan puts another runner on the bases, this time a walk, and will pitch to number 9 batter, Sheldon Leikola.
To the plate. Right fielder, number 28, Sheldon Leikola.
Brett Ganaway got the win last night after he came in for Aaron Schaup. And Michael Clark got the save coming out for the 11th inning. Dylan Riddle got the loss in game 2. And the first pitch to Leikola is into left field. Runner is coming around second base, and it's cut off by Jack Johnson. The throw from Josh Adams, and the game is now 3-2 here after a single by Leikola.
And we're back to the top of the batting order for the Wenatchee Apple Sox. Number 2, third baseman Shane Martinez.
Shane Martinez will step in now. His third at-bat of the game. He scored back in the third, the first run for the Apple Sox. He reached on a fielder's choice. As Donovan Ramirez now looks at runners at first and second with 2 outs again, and the first pitch to Martinez is a called strike on the inner part of the plate. Martinez taking the second pitch he saw against Gabe Benavides in game 1 of this series over the left field wall, making the score 2-1. Broken bat, grounder left side, and Jack Johnson will get it and step on the bag for out number 3, and the Grey Wolves get out of it. But 1 run is scored here in the inning. 1 run, 2 hits, and no errors for the Apple Sox, and 2 runners are left on base. 1 runner is left on base as the Grey Wolves get out of the 4th, and we'll head to the 5th. Here's Grey Wolves trail 3-2 here on Grey Wolves Live.
Bum, ba-da-dum, da-da-dum. You are in a quest full of danger and excitement. Your path clouded by deception and dead ends that could cost you dearly. You have to fight off dangerous snakes and vicious jackals, savage headhunters and shark-infested waters. You don't know who to trust, and all you want is to buy a new car. I'm Bess Wills at Gresham Ford, and getting the car or truck you need doesn't have to be a dangerous adventure of epic proportions. At Gresham Ford, you won't find any snakes, weasels, or other predators, and you don't have to worry if you are going to get pillaged. All dealers pay the same for the cars they sell. We just help you get the new or used vehicle you need without all the drama. If you want an adventure full of shady characters, crooked deals, and nasty vermin, go to the movies. If you want to get the best built cars and trucks in America, come to Gresham Ford, where I'll donate $100 to the church or charity of your choice with every vehicle you purchase at Gresham Ford. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum.
It's a howlin' good time down at the Lucky Pint, where we have 30 rotating taps, happy hour all day on Sundays, fishbowl Fridays, or just come down and fill up a growler. The Lucky Pint is the home of Gresham Grey Wolves, where we honor service members with a 20% discount every Monday. Check us out on Facebook to see our latest cocktails and craft beer list, and then come in and see for yourself what all the excitement is all about. Located at 1888 Northwest Fairview Parkway in Gresham, your locally owned place for craft beer and cocktails in Gresham.
For the Grey Wolves,
Jack Johnson steps into the batter's box for the Grey Wolves here in the 5th inning,
baseman Jack Johnson.
trailing 3-2 here in Wenatchee, Washington, and the Wenatchee Valley, here on Wenatchee Valley College campus. And the first pitch to the Washington Husky is a ball outside. Matt Young is still on the mound for the Apple Sox, clinging to a 3-2 lead. Both teams have 3 hits, and both teams have an error. As Jack Johnson sees another pitch outside for ball number 2. Jack Johnson doubling in the first and walking in the third. And the 2-0 pitch is off the plate again for ball number 3.
Attention, Janelle Himes of East Wenatchee. Please.
Jack Johnson came around to score a run in the third
Gift prize
after he moved to second base on a fielder's choice.
It's a goodie bag from Link Transit. Janelle
And
Himes
scored on a
of East
single
Wenatchee.
by Ryan Smith. As time is now called for the catcher, Bertano, and he will get treatment. And they're calling the bullpen catcher in, and it looks like there's going to be another defensive change due to injury here, this time for the Apple Sox.
Apple Sox fans, Bonaventure cares about what home means to you, offering senior living from independent cottages and suites.
We'll take a break here as the new catcher will come into the ballgame, and we'll come back after a short break. Jack Johnson in the batter's box when we come back with a 3-0 count here on Grey Wolves Live. New catcher is Alex Gonzalez, who is now in for the catcher Matt Rotano. And the 3-0 pitch to Jack Johnson is going to be clipping the outside part of the plate for strike number 1. As we don't know what happened on that play, and the 3-1 count. Pitch is a breaking ball, swung on and missed in the dirt by Johnson. A big hack there by the freshman out of University of Washington who redshirted this season for the Huskies. Full count pitch, swung on, high ground ball left side, cut off by the shortstop, and a throw by Douglas to first is in time to get leadoff batter Johnson
Coming up to
for the
bat
first
for
out of the
Wolves
inning.
Now, first baseman, number 27, Ryan Rodriguez.
Ryan Rodriguez steps now into the batter's box for Gresham, who has reached base one time on a fielder's choice. Moved over to second on a single, and that's where he stayed back in the third inning. Ryan Rodriguez hitting .276 for the season. 21 hits, 11 runs scored, and he swings and fouls off the first pitch from Young. Rodriguez has 2 triples and 2 doubles here with 6 RBIs, and he's earned 12 walks. And the first pitch that is not swung on by Rodriguez is a called strike, making it no balls, 2 strikes with 1 out. Rodriguez leads the team in strikeouts with 20. Not a statistic you want to have. But he's hitting .276, so a good number there for the junior out of Dixie State College. And the 0-2 pitch is outside for ball number 1. 1-2 now. As the big swinging first baseman, who's been red hot so far over this 6-game road trip, swings and misses at the 1-2 pitch, and the catcher Gonzalez catches it and holds on to it for strike number 3.
You're the latest winner of a Link Transit goodie bag. Larry Allville of Orondo. Up to bat now, number 13.
That'll bring up Ryan Smith, who
Center
singled
fielder
back in
Ryan
the
Smith.
third, and that scored Jack Johnson, which put the Gray Wolves up 2-0. But the Apple Sox have scored 3 unanswered runs, and now lead 3-2. Bunt shown by Smith, and it's just going to get foul after Smith jumped over the baseball that was rolling foul the line on the left. The first base line hugs the inner part of the infield, so the grass is about 4 inches from the baseline. As the ball rolled off the grass, and as soon as it rolls off the grass, it's going to roll out of fair territory. And that's exactly what happened there, as Ryan Smith was bunting for a base hit. Down the first baseline as the left-handed pitcher, Young, falls to the right, his right, and towards third base. So he had to travel a farther distance to pick up that ball. And the count is now 0-1 with 2 outs, and Ryan Smith skies one into center field. Frazier camping underneath it, pitches a tent, builds a bonfire, and catches the ball for out number 3, as we'll take a break and be back here for the bottom of the 5th. You're listening to Gresham Gray Wolves Baseball on Gray Wolves Live.
You are in a quest full of danger and excitement. Your path clouded by deception and dead ends that could cost you dearly. You have to fight off dangerous snakes and vicious jackals, savage headhunters and shark-infested waters. You don't know who to trust, and all you want is to buy a new car. I'm Bess Wills at Gresham Ford. Getting the car or truck you need doesn't have to be a dangerous adventure of epic proportions. At Gresham Ford, you won't find any snakes, weasels, or other predators, and you don't have to worry if you are going to get pillaged. All dealers pay the same for the cars they sell. We just help you get the new or used vehicle you need without all the drama. If you want an adventure full of shady characters, crooked deals, and nasty vermin, go to the movies. If you want to get the best built cars and trucks in America, come to Gresham Ford. We'll all donate $100 to the church or charity of your choice with every vehicle you purchase at Gresham Ford. Bum ba dum bum bum bum.
Matt Frazier from the left side of the batter's box bunts at a first pitch from Ramirez and pushes it foul down the third baseline. Not even close to the baseline, making the count 0-1 now. The leg kick and a curveball from Ramirez is grounded. Barkis, the new second baseman, gets the ball and makes a strong throw on the run across the diamond to Rodriguez for the first out of the inning.
Catcher, number 1.
And
Alex Gonzalez.
that'll bring up Alex Gonzalez. Now batting for Matt Rattano here in the 5th inning. And the Gray Wolves trail 3-2. First pitch is a fastball outside for ball number 1. The 1-0 pitch is another fastball outside. This one a little bit higher and a little bit farther outside. Ball number 2. So Donovan Ramirez throws another 2-0 pitch high and outside for ball number 3. And a little bit of frustration shown there by Cal State East Bay pitcher. And delivers a 3-0 pitch. This time right down the middle for strike number 1. Martinez, the left-handed batter, throws right and will catch now for the Apple Sox. A 3-1 pitch from Ramirez is inside for ball number 4, excuse me, on that 3-1 count, and Ramirez will sprint down to first base.
Number 7.
Martinez, excuse me.
Left
Ramirez.
fielder,
Alex Ramirez.
Jordan Rathbone.
And that's the first walk of the inning. And the first walk to Alex Gonzalez. First pitch to Jordan Rathbone is smothered by Caro. As there's no movement in the Grey Wolves bullpen, but the Grey Wolves trail 3-2 here in the bottom of the 5th inning with 1 out. Rathbone fouls one directly back to the screen, and the count is now 1-1. So Donovan Ramirez has allowed a runner in every single inning except for the first, but he's going to look to see if he can get out of this base runner situation by possibly getting a ground out, and a double play ground out would be the best situation, going 3 up, 3 down, although somebody did get on base. But as long as he can keep this game 1-run game, as the runner takes off and a hit and run on an inside pitch is fouled off as Ramirez jammed Alex Gonzalez. As I'm getting confused now with Gonzalez, Martinez, and Ramirez, the 3 names ending in EZ. 2-2 count, 1 out, and the Grey Wolves trail 3-2. Both teams have 3 hits, and the 2-2 pitch is a curveball in the dirt for ball number 3. The count is now full. As Matt Caro wearing his BP jersey, as the team is wearing their digital camo jerseys that they wear for their batting practice some days. They look very professional out there in their gold uniforms. One of 4 different jersey combinations. 4 different tops, 2 different color pants, as another pickoff from Ramirez is not in time to get Gonzalez at first base. That was the second one here in this at-bat. 2 in a row, and his count's full. Runner bluffs on a takeoff, and it's going to be ball 4, but it's going to get to the backstop past Caro's attempted backhanded pick. And there's going to be runners on first and second now with 1 out.
Number 30.
So 2 walks in a row by Ramirez.
Michael Tolia.
Put Gonzalez at first and Rathbone at first. Rathbone at first and Gonzalez now at second base. And Michael Tolia, who can do some damage after he tripled twice in game 1, stepped up to the plate, and Ian Sanderson, the pitching coach, will come out and chat with the infield and with Matt Caro, the catcher, but most importantly with Donovan Ramirez, as he's gotten himself in a little bit of a hole here. And the Grey Wolves trailing 3-2 in Wenatchee, Washington. Ramirez with a .44 ERA. As he's allowed 1 earned run tonight. And his ERA has moved up to 2.08. So still a good ERA for the young pitcher out of Cal State East Bay. But he'll want, and the team will want it, to thwart this scoring opportunity for the Apple Sox here in the 5th. Delivering home is Ramirez, and it's outside for ball number 1. The 1-0 pitch is low for ball number 2. And if you listened in yesterday, or listened to the recording of it that is on YouTube, Michael Clark and Carter Book joined us as a 2-0 pitch is low for ball number 3. And Ramirez is in danger of walking a third batter here in a row. Pokemon Go has taken over the world here as Nintendo has released another Pokemon game, this time for phone devices, and Pokemon are all over the world and they appear at random times. The 3-0 pitch is right down the middle for strike number 1. And I will admit I caved. I got Pokemon Go. Just the second Pokemon game I have ever owned. I had a Pokemon Red game on my Game Boy SD. And the 3-1 pitch is outside for ball number 4, and Ramirez loads the bases via walks.
Stepping up to the plate now.
That'll bring up Ryan Kreidler, who's designated hitting tonight.
Number 8, Ryan Kreidler.
Ryan Kreidler is 0 for 2 tonight. He struck out in the 4th and popped up to the shortstop in the 2nd. And Pokemon Go forces you to move about and go find Pokemon all over the world and around the area. There are no Pokemon here at the ballpark. I checked. And the first pitch to Kreidler is low for strike number 1. Donovan Ramirez gets the sign from the catcher Caro and delivers a breaking ball inside for ball number 1. Donovan Ramirez does not play Pokemon Go. He plays a game called Fun Run, in which you race against 3 other players across different terrains. Try to slow people down, kind of like Mario Kart, but no cars are involved. And you throw different obstacles at different people. The 1-1 pitch is swung on high, deep fly ball, right field, Carden out. Jeff Mitchell Jr. getting underneath it, makes the catch. The throw home is going to be cut off by Rodriguez, but he's going to let it go by, and it's going to be a sacrifice fly for Kreidler. And Alex Gonzalez is going to score on the play, and the score is now 4-2.
Up to bat next is number 24, second baseman Taylor Borchers.
Taylor Borchers now steps in. Taylor Borchers, not that I know of, related to Nat Borchers of the Portland Timbers, the central defender for the defending MLS Cup champions, who had a crazy, miraculous, and thrilling run to the MLS Cup final, barely making the Western Conference playoffs. But when they made it there, they made it count and got a little bit of a luck in the first round against Sporting Kansas City. The 1-0 pitch is fouled off into the netting. 1-1 now, as Portland Timbers down the road from Gresham played yesterday against the New York Red Bulls and tied 0-0. Darlington Nagby, part of the U.S. men's national team, who competed in the Copa America Cup. 1-1 pitch from Ramirez is in the dirt. Carroll will call time and get a new baseball from the home plate umpire. Copa America, one of 2 soccer tournaments to be played this summer, along with the Olympics. 3 different international events going on top of baseball that happens every single summer in the United States. 2-1 pitch is upstairs at the shoulder, and that makes the count 3-1. And Donovan Ramirez is trying to find his control back that he had early in the game. There's 2 outs here, so he just needs 1 out, and he can get out of this and breathe a little bit of sigh of relief. Trailing 4-2, but he's going to walk Taylor Borchers here on a 3-1 count pitch. And Sanderson in the dugout will walk down to the bullpen.
Shortstop.
And there is movement
Douglas.
in the bullpen, and Justin Barkas is going to come out, and that's going to be it for Ramirez here in the 5th inning. So he's gone 4 2/3 innings, and he will be replaced. And we'll let you know who it is, go over their stats here after a short break here. You're listening to Gresham Grey Wolves Baseball. Grey Wolves trail 4-2 here in Wenatchee.
Bum, ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum. You are in a quest full of danger and excitement. Your path clouded by deception and dead ends that could cost you dearly. You have to fight off dangerous snakes and vicious jackals, savage headhunters and shark-infested waters. You don't know who to trust, and all you want is to buy a new car. I'm Bess Wills at Gresham Ford, and getting the car or truck you need doesn't have to be a dangerous adventure of epic proportions. At Gresham Ford, you won't find any snakes, weasels, or other predators, and you don't have to worry if you are going to get pillaged. All dealers pay the same for the cars they sell. We just help you get the new or used vehicle you need without all the drama. If you want an adventure full of shady characters, crooked deals, and nasty vermin, go to the movies. If you want to get the best built cars and trucks in America, come to Gresham Ford. We'll all donate $100 to the church or charity of your choice with every vehicle you purchase at Gresham Ford. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum.
Finding the right dentist for your young children can be challenging. At Gresham Pediatric Dentistry, we understand the importance of helping your child feel comfortable in the dental chair. Since 2007, Dr. Jiyoung Lee has helped many young patients in the Gresham area, and she can help your child too. Request your appointment today at GreshamPediatricDentistry.com.
Now for your Wenatchee
Kyle
Apple
Scott
Sauce,
will be the new reliever for the Grey Wolves here
Evan Douglas,
in the bottom of the
number
5th
3.
inning, trailing 4-2. Kyle Scott has pitched 4 2/3 innings with a 9.64 ERA, and he'll pitch against Evan Douglas after Taylor Borchers loaded the bases with a walk. And the count is now 1-0 after a pitch from Scott, and the 1-0 pitch is outside for ball number 2. And it's going to be a late night for the Grey Wolves here, as it's 9 o'clock already, 8:54, and we have a 5-hour bus ride home. And the 2-0 pitch is a called strike that slides over the plate for a strike. Don't think it was necessarily a slider, but it had some movement on it as it moved from inside to the middle of the plate. The 2-1 pitch is fouled off. Similar kind of pitch, and that one's going to get out of play and make the count 2-2. Kyle Scott at Columbia University. He's allowed 7 total runs and 8 hits, striking out 4. And the 2-2 pitch is outside for ball number 3, and the count is now full. And the Grey Wolves are endangering of walking in a run. count is full. Evan Douglas at the plate. He walked in his last at bat in the 4th, and he flew out to left in the 3rd. Runners take off, and it's going to be ball 4, and the score is going to be 5-2 after another walk here by Grey Wolves pitchers.
Up to bat now, number 28, right fielder Sheldon Leakola.
Come on, Sheldon.
So Sheldon Leakola will step into the batter's box, and the Grey Wolves have given up 2 runs, and the Apple Sox have not recorded a hit here in the inning. And the first pitch to Leakola is low for ball number 1. As the Apple Sox scored their first run of the inning on a Ryan Kreidler sacrifice fly, and just scored via a walk right there. As the wind is picking up and the dry temperature and the thin air makes it very cold here, as the 1-0 pitch to Leakola is a called strike. 1-1 count, 2 outs, bases are loaded. Kyle Scott, the lefty, delivering, and that one's going to be upstairs for ball number 2. Kyle Scott out of Holy Names University. Brett Ganaway, last night's pitcher out of Columbia University. Kyle Scott from Petaluma, California. And the 2-1 pitch is a called strike from Kyle Scott, wearing number 7.
Come on, you can hit this guy.
Kyle Scott normally wearing number 15. And last night, Brett Ganaway wore number 12 because he forgot his jersey at home. The 2-2 pitch, 2 outs, breaking ball in the dirt, smothered by Caro, as the count is now full again and the bases are loaded still. Score is 5-2. Apple Sox scoring a run in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th innings. 2 in the 3rd and 2 now here in the 5th. As the Grey Wolves will try to get out of this one with just 2 runs scored. Kyle Scott comes set, delivers home, runners take off, swung on and missed, and a strike 3 ends the inning as Kyle Scott gets out of the jam, and the Grey Wolves trail 5-2, and we'll head to the 6th inning. Grey Wolves need some runs here. They've done it before, as you're listening to Gresham Grey Wolves Baseball here in Wenatchee on Grey Wolves Live.
99.
Hey kids, the Gresham Grey Wolves will be conducting a 3-day baseball camp right here at Austin Field on July 20th through the 22nd. This is a great opportunity to develop your skills, have fun, and learn from the Gresham Grey Wolves players. Registration is just $45 per child and is open to all ages 5 through 16. You can register online at GreshamGreyWolves.com. See you at the ballpark.
It's a howlin' good time down at the Lucky Pint, where we have 30 rotating taps, happy hour all day on Sundays, fishbowl Fridays, or just come down and fill up a growler. The Lucky Pint is the home of Gresham Grey Wolves, where we honor service members with a 20% discount every Monday. Check us out on Facebook to see our latest cocktails and craft beer list, and then come in and see for yourself what all the excitement is all about. Located at 1888 Northwest Fairview Parkway in Gresham, your locally owned place for craft beer and cocktails in Gresham.
Of course, is Link Transit.
The Apple Sox will make a pitching change here
Your opportunity to voice your opinion
in the 6th,
suggestions on the future
as
of Link Transit service.
I have been told it is Ross Clavenger
If you celebrate your birthday
at NNU University from
you'll get a special
Napa,
birthday
Idaho,
courtesy of the Wenatchee Dairy
a
Queen.
right-handed pitcher.
Stop by the guest services window right now. Online banking
Has pitched 25 innings and he has a 3.60
ERA.
ERA. Northwest Nazarene
Get control.
is a school that he goes to,
Bank, member
and he helped
Join Wenatchee Valley Mall's Kids
program
Club, free
in
kids every
his sophomore year, just this last
11
spring,
a.m. to 1 p.m.
to their first
Located next to the
GNAC
customer
title in
service.
program history, primarily as a starter.
And up to bat now,
Clavinger went 5-2 with a 4.92 ERA.
fielder number 32, Josh Adams.
His freshman year, he was named the GNAC Pitcher of the Week for March 29th through April 4th back in 2015. And the West Region Pitcher of the Week as well that same week. The first pitch from Clavinger to Josh Adams is a ball outside. And Josh Adams takes the 1-0 pitch into left field for a single. That'll get down one hop from the left fielder Rathbone for a single. Adams' second single of the evening.
Hitter, Mark Cardinelli, number 25.
Mark Cardinelli will step into the batter's box now. As the Grey Wolves trail 5-2, 3-run deficit. Came back from a 2-run deficit last night to win the ball game. And Cardinelli swings and misses at the first pitch fastball from Clavinger.
Come on, Ross.
The 0-1 pitch is belt high for strike number 2 to Cardinelli. Cardinelli not taking part in that game of 2-ball. Primarily pitchers playing. A couple position players playing. 0-2 upstairs, curveball for ball number 1. Connor Zickafoos played. Dylan Doherty played. But Aaron Schaup's the one that should be sleeping with his one eye open on the bus ride home after clocking me in the mouth and giving me a very fat lip. Mark Cardinelli checks his swing.
Attention, David.
And the home plate umpire says he did on a pitch 3 feet outside and is going to go back to the dugout with a strikeout. Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. steps into the batter's box now for the Grey Wolves.
Up to bat now for the Grey Wolves. Jeffrey Mitchell, number 6.
And a Cal Berkeley from Oakland, California. And he takes the first pitch he sees deep into right field. It's going to get down past the right fielder's head. Big turn from Mitchell Jr. at first base. And Adams is going to get held up at third base. And Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. is going to get into second with a double. As the throw from the right fielder was cut off by the second baseman. But Barkas, the third base coach, not wanting to risk a play at the plate with Adams. As there's one out, and there's runners at second and third now after Mitchell Jr.'s double.
Number 53 now up to bat.
Matt Caro,
Matt
the catcher, will step into the batter's box now. He's 0 for 1 tonight with a walk, reaching via an error. Back in the second inning, that scored Adams, and he's going to fly that baseball out of here and land on the tennis courts. Tennis is another thing that had a major tournament going on, as Wimbledon happens every summer. Wimbledon wrapping up this weekend, as Andy Murray won his second Grand Slam at Wimbledon. The 0-1 pitch is way outside and swung on and missed by Caro. Nowhere near that one, as that one was inches past the end of his bat. Andy Murray out of Great Britain facing off against Milos Raonic out of Canada. And when we were in Canada, that was the only thing on the Canadian Sports Center was all tennis and all this Canadian youngster. As the 0-2 pitch is a breaking ball outside for ball number 1. As Caro is trying to make this baseball game interesting here as the Grey Wolves trail 5-2, but there are runners at first and second. And a ball into the outfield would score Mitchell Jr. most likely, as Mitchell Jr. with speed wanted a truck for 3 on that play, but Josh Adams holding him up, as we didn't want to risk a play at the plate there, as the 1-2 pitch is outside for ball number 2 to the catcher, Matt Caro. Caro and pitcher Brett Ganaway. Matt and Brett out of Columbia University over in New York. 1 out, runners at second and third. 2-2 pitch from Clavenger. Broken bat up the middle. It's not going to get past the shortstop. So it's going to be a fielder's choice. It's going to score Adams on the broken bat, and that's the second broken bat for the Gray Wolves here in the game, as Adams picks up the bat and looks at it and kind of tries to bend it there, but sure enough, it looks like it's broken. As Jordan Barkus will step in now after the ground out, scoring Adams. The score is now 5-3 after the ground out by Caro, and the Gray Wolves have scored again, but still trail the Apple Sox. A sliver of the broken bat is picked up by the umpire and given to the bat boy. You don't want to touch the pokey end of that thing, you'll get slivers. As the umpire points at one of the fans in the lower seats, thanking him for pointing out the broken bat sliver on the ground, as the second baseman Barkus will get his first AB of the game after coming in for Michael Breen in the 4th. First pitch to Barkus is a called strike. Barkus hitting .256 on the season at a Lower Columbia college, who just finished up his sophomore year there. The 0-1 pitch from Clavenger is low for ball number 1. Haven't gotten to talk to Barkus yet about how it feels playing for your older brother, as that's definitely an interesting situation. The 1-1 pitch right down the middle, an off-speed pitch for strike number 2.
Drop another one in.
1-2 count now to Barkus, the second baseman, who has come in for Michael Breen, and he's going to lace one into the netting above the dugout. As we're getting color commentary from a fan to our left. And Barkus grounds one first base side, picked up by Tolia, and he's going to step on the bag for the out, but the Gray Wolves score a run.
The 6th inning is
on
by
2 hits, 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base, as the Gray Wolves cut the lead to 2 runs and now trail 5-3, heading to the bottom of the 6th inning here on Gray Wolves Live.
Bum, ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum. You are in a quest full of danger and excitement. Your path clouded by deception and dead ends that could cost you dearly. You have to fight off dangerous snakes and vicious jackals, savage headhunters and shark-infested waters. You don't know who to trust, and all you want is to buy a new car. I'm Bess Wills at Gresham Ford, and getting the car or truck you need doesn't have to be a dangerous adventure of epic proportions. At Gresham Ford, you won't find any snakes, weasels, or other predators, and you don't have to worry if you are going to get pillaged. All dealers pay the same for the cars they sell. We just help you get the new or used vehicle you need without all the drama. If you want an adventure full of shady characters, crooked deals, and nasty vermin, go to the movies. If you want to get the best built cars and trucks in America, come to Gresham Ford, where I'll donate $100 to the church or charity of your choice with every vehicle you purchase at Gresham Ford. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum.
On the future of Link Transit service.
Kyle Scott back out for the bottom of the 6th inning, as
Number 2, Shane Martinez.
2 hours and 5 minutes have gone by through this baseball game, and we're through 5.5. Shane Martinez will be the batter after the Apple Sox sent 8 batters to the plate in the last inning. The first pitch to Martinez is a called strike. And the 0-1 pitch is fouled off the end of the bat. Dribbling like melted ice cream to the backstop. 0-2 now. Cal Scott delivers. Swung on. Lazy looper into shallow right field, and it's going to get down for a single as Barkus, the second baseman, and the center fielder Ryan Smith were unable to get that one. And the first hit off of Kyle Scott goes to Shane Martinez.
Center fielder, number 4, Matt Frazier.
Matt Frazier, the center fielder, will step in. He scored a run back in the third, and he's 0 for 2 tonight, walking in the third and scoring on a wild pitch after he had moved to third base on a double by Matt Rotano. Matt Rotano is no longer in the game, and it's Alex Gonzalez now behind the plate. Frazier shows bunt and offers at it with the bunt, but doesn't get a piece of it, and it's going to be strike number 1. Kyle Scott looking at Martinez at first base and will deliver home. Curveball in the dirt. Caro sends it to second base and gets the runner at second base. Shane Martinez caught stealing here in the 6th inning, and the leadoff single by Martinez is canceled out by a great throw there by Caro.
The Link Transit Guest Services window for your free prize. Page Balling of East Wenatchee.
So Matt Frazier with a 1-1 count. Loops one into foul territory. Jack Johnson, the third baseman, will get over there, put a knee on the ground, and make the catch for out number 2. And Kyle Scott's gotten out of these two quickly after
Coming up to bat now.
Caro's fantastic arm to second base and a lazy pop-up in foul territory to Jack Johnson out of the University of Washington. Alex Gonzalez will step in and see a fastball on the inside part of the plate for strike number 1. And as Michael Clark said last night during Howl Hour, batters in the league don't want to swing at inside pitches, especially inside fastballs, as that's where the weakest part of the bat is. And you're more liable to break a bat than on the barrel of the bat. The 1-1 pitch is fouled softly into the dugout down the third baseline. Josh Adams breaking a bat last night after he barreled the ball up. So on the barrel, and it still broke the bat. 1-2 pitch swung on. Chopper up the middle. Cut off by Barkus. A throw over to first base is off the bag, and Rodriguez must take it in the chest to keep the ball from going out of play or into the dugout. And it's going to be a single for Alex Gonzalez here in the 6th.
Coming up to bat for your Apple Sox tonight, left fielder, number 7.
That'll bring up Jordan Rathbun, the left fielder, who scored back in the 5th, the last run that scored by the Apple Sox. One of 2 runs scored in the 5th. He scored via a walk, and he got on board via a walk. First pitch from Scott to Rathbone is outside for ball number 1. As the sun is setting, the lights are in full effect here in the Wenatchee Valley. Just east of Leavenworth, Washington, a beautiful area during the winter where they have a bunch of Christmas lights hung up, and the 1-0 pitch is skied into the black lava rock here on the main concourse, out of play, making the count 1-1. If you have a couple days off during the winter months, anywhere from after Thanksgiving to through January, make a trip up to Leavenworth, Washington. It's a Bavarian area, German cuisine, everything German, as the town architecture is all German, and the 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed. Breaking ball from Scott, swung through by Rathbone. Making the count 1-2 with 2 outs here in Wenatchee. Flag in center field, blowing from left to right. Inside pitch, a golf swing, and Dylan Doherty at shortstop is going to take a C loop to the ball and make the catch directly out to center field from where he originally was positioned after making a move towards left field and then making a turn towards center and making the catch for out number 3. As Kyle Scott gets out of the 6th, and he's pitched an inning and a third here through 6 full innings as the Grey Wolves trail 5-3 and are looking for more runs in pursuit of a 6-game win streak here in the second half of the season. You're listening to Gresham Grey Wolves Baseball on Grey Wolves Live.
Finding the right dentist for your young children can be challenging. At Gresham Pediatric Dentistry, we understand the importance of helping your child feel comfortable in the dental chair. Since 2007, Dr. Jiyoung Lee has helped many young patients in the Gresham area, and she can help your child too. Request your appointment today at GreshamPediatricDentistry.com.
Hey kids, the Gresham Grey Wolves will be conducting a 3-day baseball camp right here at Ostlin Field on July 20th through the 22nd. This is a great opportunity to develop your skills, have fun, and learn from the Gresham Grey Wolves players. Registration is just $45 per child and is open to all ages 5 through 16. You can register online at GreshamGreyWolves.com. See you at the ballpark.
Dylan Doherty, number 2.
Dylan Doherty out of Cal Poly will step into the batter's box, facing off against Ross Clavenger here in the 7th. And the first pitch to Doherty is inside for ball number 1. Kyle Scott working an inning and a third of relief so far, and he has not allowed an earned run to his name as Doherty pops up, slams the bat on the ground, but quickly around second base as that ball was in trouble. But the shortstop Douglas is over there to catch it for out number 1 here on the pop-up to Doherty.
Number 8, third baseman, Jack Johnson.
Jack Johnson will now step in. He's 1 for 2 tonight with a walk. He doubled back in the first and walked in the third and came around to score on a single via Ryan Smith after he moved second base on a fielder's choice. First pitch to Jack Johnson is a called strike, clipping the outer part of the plate. Jack Johnson out of the University of Washington from Seattle, Washington, staying in his hometown. 0-1 pitch is a curveball, called strike from Clavenger. 0-2, 1 out. Delivered from Clavenger. Curveball swung on and flied out of play onto the walkway here adjacent to the field. And the Grey Wolves are looking to go above 500 for a first time in the second half of the season, as the 0-2 pitch is a chaser pitch way outside for ball number 1. The count is now 1-2. With 1 out in the inning, Jack Johnson will swing and foul off another pitch from Ross Clavenger. Clavenger out of Northwest Nazarene University from Napa, Idaho. He will go there in the fall after finishing up 2 years at a junior college. And the 1-2 pitch from Clavenger is again fouled off. A fastball by Clavenger. Jack Johnson fouling it off and staying alive in this at bat with a 1-2 count. The 1-2 pitch is up high. An attempted breaking ball that stayed up. Now 2-2. And Clavenger will take his time coming set with an open stance on the stretch. And the 2-2 pitch is swung on and missed, and it's going to be strike 3 for Jack Johnson. And out number 2 for the Gray Wolves here in the 7th. Ryan Rodriguez stepping into the batter's box now.
That now for the Gray Wolves.
Who's
number 27.
Hitless so far tonight. 0 for 3 with a strikeout. He reached on a fielder's choice back in the 3rd inning and moved to second on Ryan Smith's single, but couldn't come around to score. As he's looking for a single here. And the first pitch to Rodriguez is way outside for ball number 1. Ryan Rodriguez hitting .266 so far, and he's got a good hit streak going. Broken bat up the middle, right back at the pitcher. The bat goes farther than the ball, and Clavenger will flip it over to the first baseman as I will try to get a count of how many broken bats there have been here tonight and in the series, as there's been a lot of them, and guys might start using the same bat or sharing bats from the other team here, as just about every single piece of lumber used has been broken. They might start hacking down the trees here around the park to start using for bats, as
it's time now for the Crunch Pack.
Almost every single at bat has ended in a broken bat. So we'll be heading to the bottom of the 7th. They'll sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game," and we'll be back here for the bottom of the 7th here on Gray Wolves Live. Gray Wolves trail 5-3.
It's a howlin' good time down at the Lucky Pint, where we have 30 rotating taps, happy hour all day on Sundays, fishbowl Fridays, or just come down and fill up a growler. The Lucky Pint is the home of Gresham Grey Wolves, where we honor service members with a 20% discount every Monday. Check us out on Facebook to see our latest cocktails and craft beer list, and then come in and see for yourself what all the excitement is all about. Located at 1888 Northwest Fairview Parkway in Gresham, your locally owned place for craft beer and cocktails in Gresham.
Bum, ba-da-dum, da-da-dum. You are in a quest full of danger and excitement. Your path clouded by deception and dead ends that could cost you dearly. You have to fight off dangerous snakes and vicious jackals, savage headhunters and shark-infested waters. You don't know who to trust, and all you want is to buy a new car. I'm Bess Wills at Gresham Ford, and getting the car or truck you need doesn't have to be a dangerous adventure of epic proportions. At Gresham Ford, you won't find any snakes, weasels, or other predators, and you don't have to worry if you are going to get pillaged. All dealers pay the same for the cars they sell. We just help you get the new or used vehicle you need without all the drama. If you want an adventure full of shady characters, crooked deals, and nasty vermin, go to the movies. If you want to get the best built cars and trucks in America, come to Gresham Ford. We'll all donate $100 to the church or charity of your choice with every vehicle you purchase at Gresham Ford. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum.
My lip is getting really big here, as I can't really ice it anymore. And the Grey Wolves are coming out for the bottom of the 7th inning. It's Kyle Scott on the mound again, wearing Aaron Schaup's number, the guy that gave me this fat lip. And
Coming to bat now for your Wenatchee.
Kyle Scott will face off against Michael Tolia, now hitting from the right side, as a switch hitting first baseman will now bat righty here against the left-handed pitcher Kyle Scott. First pitch is low for ball number 1. Kyle Scott delivering a 1-0 strike. Inner part of the plate for strike number 1. One count, and the 1-1 pitch is low again for ball number 2, and the count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Here in the 7th, and the Grey Wolves trail 5-3, and their second sweep in a row is in jeopardy here in the late innings with the Apple Sox at the plate. The 2-1 pitch is outside for ball number 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. Inside pitch is another walk for the Apple Sox, given up by a Grey Wolves pitcher. Ryan Kreidler will step up now. Ryan Kreidler scoring a run, the first run, via a sacrifice fly back in the 5th. He scored Alex Gonzalez in the 5th, and he will step in the batter's box now against Kyle Scott. His first appearance against Kyle Scott here in the game. Kyle Scott will look over at first base but deliver home, and it's going to be smothered by Matt Carroll. And thrown back out to Kyle Scott at Holy Names University, the Division II school. One-zero pitch. Swung on and missed by Kreidler, and that makes the count 1 ball and 1 strike. And as Michael Clark said last night, Kyle Scott and Michael Clark played baseball at the same time in the same area, played with or for each other, against each other. Back in high school, as a throw over to first base was not in time to get Tolia, who's now wearing long sleeves. It's getting pretty cold here. The guest services staff has put on their jackets, and the ball gets away from Matt Caro, and Tolia is going to take a big turn at second base, but retreat back after the ball gets past Matt Caro. 2 balls and 1 strike after the ball scoots underneath Matt Caro via a wild pitch, and that's how Michael Tolia gets into second base. 2-1 count, no outs. Swung on, and it's going to get out of play, clank around inside the branches of the pine tree here behind me, and fall to the ground. Count is now 2 balls and 2 strikes as fans run after the baseball. Kyle Scott comes set, looks back at Michael Tolia at second base, delivers home, and it's a breaking ball swung on and missed by the batter Ryan Kreidler, who is designated hitting, and that'll bring up Taylor Borchers, the second baseman, who has a single to his name, and he's 1 for 2 tonight. He walked back in the 5th, and he scored the 3rd run, the go-ahead run back in the 4th, the only run the Apple Sox scored in the 4th. As Taylor Borchers will look at 1 out and a runner at second base, and now an 0-1 count after a first pitch strike from Kyle Scott. Kyle Scott will get his sign from Matt Caro. Kyle Scott's longest outing, going 3 innings against Wenatchee back on June 24th at home in a 9-1 loss. The 0-1 pitch is upstairs and outside for ball number 1, making the count 1 ball and 1 strike. Kyle Scott making 3 appearances in West Coast League play. And the 1-1 pitch is skied into right center field. It's going to be cut off by Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. There's going to be no tag by Tolley at second base.
Attention,
and Kyle Scott gets the second out of the inning via that fly out, and will now pitch against Evan Douglas, the shortstop.
You've won a gift from Link Transit, Monica Stokes of Wenatchee. And up to bat now, number 3, shortstop, Evan Douglas.
Evan Douglas, wearing number 3 at Lewis and Clark State, will be a junior there from Spokane, Washington. Hits left-handed, throws right, and he'll look at the lefty Kyle Scott on the mound and turn his shoulder, showing his number to Scott on a breaking ball inside for ball number 1. So the Gray Wolves' 6-game winning streak is in jeopardy here. They do have a series win here and are 5-0 in the second half of the West Coast League play. As the 1-1 pitch to Evan Douglas is a ball. 1-0 pitch, excuse me, making it 2-0. 2-0 is low as well, and the count is 3-0 now. Gray Wolves lead the South Division by a game and a half over the Yakima Valley Pippins. Gray Wolves and Wenatchee, the only 2 teams playing baseball tonight in the West Coast League play. And the 3-0 pitch is outside and open hand scooped by Carroll, but it's ball 4.
Up to bat.
And there's runners on first and second now with 2 outs. And Sheldon Leakola will step into the batter's box.
Your right fielder, Sheldon Leakola.
Sheldon Leakola playing in right field tonight. The Apple Sox are 0-5 here in the second half of the season. And are 3 games back on North Division leaders Bellingham Bells, who are 2-1. First pitch to Leakola is lined down the third baseline, foul. The Walla Walla Sweets are 3-3 in the North and are half a game back based on winning percentage. And the 0-1 pitch is fouled off as well, this time backwards towards the netting. Ball boy will retrieve the ball and head back to the Gray Wolves dugout. As Kyle Scott will look to get out of this with runners just at first and second. As time is put back into play. The 0-2 count, Scott delivers home and it's going to be fouled off this time to the left over the top of the family zone, where there is no alcohol allowed in the bleachers there. Green seats in front of me. Metal seats above that, similar to any other metal bleacher you might find. 0-2, 2 outs. Kyle Scott delivers home with runners at first and second. Breaking ball outside for ball number 2. Ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. As the Gray Wolves trail 5-3 here. Both teams have 5 hits and an error. And ground ball right side. 1-2 count is Barkus there to get it, and he'll end the inning on the ground out. As the Gray Wolves get out of the 7th with no runs scored and no hits. 2 runners left on base as we head to the 8th inning. Gray Wolves needing 2 runs, but they scored 2 in the last 2 innings last night, so they will look to do it again here against Ross Clavenger. You're listening to Gresham Gray Wolves Baseball on Gray Wolves Live.
When you purchase your ticket.
Finding the right dentist for your young children can be challenging. At Gresham Pediatric Dentistry, we understand the importance of helping your child feel comfortable in the dental chair. Since 2007, Dr. Jiyoung Lee has helped many young patients in the Gresham area, and she can help your child too. Request your appointment today at GreshamPediatricDentistry.com.
Hey kids, the Gresham Gray Wolves will be conducting a 3-day baseball camp right here at Austin Field on July 20th through the 22nd. This is a great opportunity to develop your skills, have fun, and learn from the Gresham Gray Wolves players. Registration is just $45 per child and is open to all ages 5 through 16. You can register online at GreshamGrayWolves.com. See you at the ballpark!
Ryan Smith steps into the batter's box for the Gray Wolves here.
Number 13, Ryan Smith.
One of 2 Gray Wolves to be selected for the West Coast League All-Star Game. Ryan Smith is 1 for 3 tonight with a single back in the 3rd and an RBI as well on that play. First pitch to Ryan Smith is inside for strike number 1. The 0-1 count to Ryan Smith is backpicked by the catcher, who overthrows Clavenger back on the mound. Clavenger, similar name, has the same name as Seattle Mariners catcher Steve Clavenger. Ross Clavenger delivers home, outside for ball number 2, 2-1 now. Ross Clavenger went to Kelly High School in Napa, in Idaho. As the 2-1 pitch is fouled out of play, making the count 2 balls and 2 strikes with no outs in the inning, as Ryan Smith is the leadoff batter here in the 8th. Gray Wolves trail 5-3. Another pitch outside, making the count full.
Okay, Ross. Drop it in there.
The full count pitch, payoff pitch, is grounded back to the netting. And Ryan Smith stays alive in the at-bat. Ryan Smith hitting .317 with 33 hits. So he came into the game. Now hitting .318 after a single
Pacific Power Batteries at 742
in the 3rd, and he earns a walk here to lead off the 8th inning, and that's what the Gray Wolves needed. They needed a leadoff base runner.
Pacific
As
batteries for everything. Up next,
when a leadoff batter gets on percentage of the time that our team scores goes significantly up, as Josh Adams steps into the box, who was 4 for 6 last night with 2 RBIs in that 4-3 victory and the second series win. Come from behind victory that the Gray Wolves won in 11 innings. First pitch is inside, but a called strike.
Maybe don't crowd the plate.
As Clavenger gives Josh Adams enough time on the batter's box to have a conversation with the home plate umpire. Adams nods his head a couple times, and Ryan Smith is now in a rundown And there's been 3 throws. Throw to the second baseman. Ryan Smith is tagged out by the second baseman on a 1-3-6-4 pickoff. Caught stealing. And the Grey Wolves have 1 out now, and the bases are cleared after that technically caught stealing. And the right-handed Clavenger getting a pickoff of a very speedy Ryan Smith. 0-1 count, swung on and missed by Adams, making the count 0-2. And the UC Santa Barbara Gaucho, Mr. Chomaha, is down to his last strike here in the 8th. And the Grey Wolves have 1 out with Mark Cardinale on deck. And the 0-2 pitch is upstairs near the chin of Adams, and he'll lean back, and the ball will go all the way back to the netting without even hitting the catcher's glove. Gonzalez will get a new baseball from the home plate umpire.
Come on, Ryan.
And throw it back out to Ross Clavenger. One-two pitch is inside of the knee, ball 2, and Ross Clavenger is now facing
Put one in, Ross. Come on.
his 10th batter. He's allowed an earned run off of an ground out by Matt Caro back in the 6th. 2-2 pitch is a ball, making the count full, and Josh Adams is looking to get on base for the 3rd time tonight. He's 2 for 3, another multi-hit game for the outfielder from UC Santa Barbara, Mr. Chomaha, as we are now going to refer to him as. The payoff pitch is inside for ball number 4, and that's the 3rd pitch that was inside to Adams, and the 2nd one that was called the ball. Adams will take his base, and will probably be relieved that he didn't break a bat there with 3 pitches on the inside part of the plate. But he works a walk, and the Grey Wolves have another base runner via a walk. 2 straight walks from Clavenger to Grey Wolves batters here in the 8th. And a first pitch swinging by Mark Cardinale is a grounder. Double play ball, but there's going to be 1 out as a second baseman slipped on the bag, and it's going to be a fielder's choice. Josh Adams not sliding on the play.
Right field.
And it's a second baseman.
Number 6, Jeffrey Mitchell.
Borchers kind of trips over the bag there at second base. And Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. steps up to the plate, looking for his 2nd hit of the evening. He doubled back in the 6th, and the first pitch to Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. is a called strike.
Let's start him off, Ross.
Grey Wolves have another base runner at first base. Now there's 2 outs. 0-1 count is outside for ball number 1. Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. hitting in the 7th spot tonight. Normally a little bit higher, but he's hitting .330 for the season. And the 1-1 pitch is fouled out of play to our right, and it gets through the tree
Cashmere Valley Bank
and out of the ballpark.
Circle of Friends, Cashmere Valley Bank, member FDIC, a proud Apple Sox sponsor.
One-two count, 2 outs, runner at first base. That's Mark Cardinale after reaching on a fielder's choice, in which the second baseman tripped over the bag. Curveball swung on, lifted into right field, and it's going to be caught by the right fielder Likala for the 3rd out of the inning. And the Gray Wolves will be heading back out for defense, this time in the bottom of the 8th. Trailing 5-3. You're listening to Gresham Gray Wolves Baseball on Gray Wolves Live.
Bum, ba-da-dum, da-da-dum. You are in a quest full of danger and excitement. Your path clouded by deception and dead ends that could cost you dearly. You have to fight off dangerous snakes and vicious jackals, savage headhunters and shark-infested waters. You don't know who to trust. And all you want is to buy a new car. I'm Bess Wills at Gresham Ford, and getting the car or truck you need doesn't have to be a dangerous adventure of epic proportions. At Gresham Ford, you won't find any snakes, weasels, or other predators, and you don't have to worry if you are going to get pillaged. All dealers pay the same for the cars they sell. We just help you get the new or used vehicle you need without all the drama. If you want an adventure full of shady characters, crooked deals, and nasty vermin, go to the movies. If you want to get the best built cars and trucks in America, come to Gresham Ford. We'll all donate $100 to the church or charity of your choice with every vehicle you purchase at Gresham Ford. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum.
Finding the right dentist for your young children can be challenging. At Gresham Pediatric Dentistry, we understand the importance of helping your child feel comfortable in the dental chair. Since 2007, Dr. Jiyoung Lee has helped many young patients in the Gresham area, and she can help your child too. Request your appointment today at GreshamPediatricDentistry.com.
The joke of the trip, owner Carter Book, comes out for the 8th inning here. The hard-throwing 83-mile-an-hour lefty from Linfield College is on the hill for the Gray Wolves in relief of Jonathan Ramirez and Kyle Scott. Ramirez lasting 4 2/3 innings, and Kyle Scott going 2 1/3 as Carter Book comes out for the 8th.
Of Wenatchee. Please head to the guest customer service window.
We had Carter Book on the show last night
A goodie bag.
in what they like to call Power Hour, but we're going to call it Howl Hour, as it's a little play on words for the Gray Wolves motto. It's a howl of a good time, as Carter Book will wait for the home plate umpire to come out of the porta potties that line the fence down the first baseline.
T-Mobile's changing the game in wireless. No gimmicks, no annual service contracts, no limits. Why wait?
Carter Book will face off against
Switch to the
Shane Martinez to start the inning.
Up to bat now, the top of the order for the Apple Sox. Number 2, third
Shane
baseman,
Martinez
Shane
is
Martinez.
1 for 4 tonight with a run scored. And the first pitch Shane Martinez sees, he puts into right field for a single. And that will rattle Carter Book. Nothing rattles Carter Book, as the light-hearted lefty from Linfield will step back out on the hill and face off against Matt Frazier here. No outs.
Now pitching
And
for the Gray Wolves, Carter
a
Book.
very high straight leg kick, as there will be no leg kick there. It's just quick delivery to home plate, and it's a called strike. And the PA music was still going there during the entire pitch, and the home plate umpire looks back at the PA box. A little bit of concern. And the 0-1 pitch is fouled off of the leg, but they're not going to call it, and they're going to call it an out, as it looked like that one bounced off the foot of Frazier, but he didn't stop. He kept going to first base.
Number 1.
And that's a tough play to see as an umpire. And there's now 1 out after the 1-3 ground out. That'll bring up Alex Gonzalez, the catcher, who entered the game back in the 5th inning after Matt Rotano had to leave for an unrelated reason to Michael Breen's absence. Both players leaving due to injury. Unknown reasons as well. The first pitch to Gonzalez is fouled off. Carter Book making a joke early in the morning on the way to Kelowna, Canada. The joke was, as the 0-1 pitch is sliced into center field, Ryan Smith will get there, make a throw. One hopper. The tag at third base by Jack Johnson is not in time. And Shane Martinez will get into third base on the fly out and advance on the fly.
Off the bat now.
That brings up Jordan Rathbone.
Left fielder
Carter Book's joke saying, if I was a pitcher in Canada, I would have been a Canadian All-American. And Carter and myself loving plays on words, just being witty and sassy like that. First pitch to Rathbone is swung through, as Carter Book has now worked an 0-1 count with 2 outs, and the second pitch from Carter is outside for ball number 1. The 1-1 pitch outside for ball number 2. Carter Book is out of Linfield College over in McMinnville, Oregon. And he'll deliver, and it's going to be in the dirt, smothered in the chest by Matt Caro.
Attention, Ken
Carter Book has a 2.58 ERA in 24 1/3 innings pitched. 11 total appearances in West Coast League play, all relief innings. 17 strikeouts for the lefty. He has an 0-2 record, getting the loss against Kitsap on July 1st in a 1-0 loss. And the loss against Kelowna. And 3-1 pitch is grounded right back to Carter Book, and he will toss it to Rodriguez as Shane Martinez was going back to the bag. But it didn't matter. There were 2 outs as the Grey Wolves will head back out for the top of the 9th in their last at-bat here, possibly, if they can't get 2 runs across the plate. Grey Wolves trail 5-3, and they'll need something here to keep this winning streak alive here in the second half of the season. You're listening to Gresham Grey Wolves Baseball on Grey Wolves Live.
Bum, ba-da-dum, da-da-dum. You are in a quest full of danger and excitement. Your path clouded by deception and dead ends that could cost you dearly. You have to fight off dangerous snakes and vicious jackals, savage headhunters and shark-infested waters. You don't know who to trust, and all you want is to buy a new car. I'm Bess Wills at Gresham Ford, and getting the car or truck you need doesn't have to be a dangerous adventure of epic proportions. At Gresham Ford, you won't find any snakes, weasels, or other predators, and you don't have to worry if you are going to get pillaged. All dealers pay the same for the cars they sell. We just help you get the new or used vehicle you need without all the drama. If you want an adventure full of shady characters, crooked deals, and nasty vermin, go to the movies. If you want to get the best built cars and trucks in America, come to Gresham Ford. We'll all donate $100 to the church or charity of your choice with every vehicle you purchase at Gresham Ford. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum.
Finding the right dentist for your young children can be challenging. At Gresham Pediatric Dentistry, we understand the importance of helping your child feel comfortable in the dental chair. Since 2007, Dr. Jiyoung Lee has helped many young patients in the Gresham area, and she can help your child too. Request your appointment today at GreshamPediatricDentistry.com.
Connor Zickafoos will pinch hit for Matt Caro here in the 9th. Grey Wolves trail 5-3 here in the 9th.
You did a good job. You can go get your prize, okay? In the window.
As youngsters here at the ballpark are cleaning up, collecting trash with plastic bags. And the first pitch to the left-handed batter, Connor Zickafoos, is a ball upstairs. Another pitch outside for ball number 2 to Connor Zickafoos. Zickafoos is hitting .240 on the season. And the 2-0 pitch is inside for ball number 3 on that 2-0 pitch. 3-0. Gray Wolves looking to send this to extra innings or force the bottom half of the frame. Count is now 3-1 after a called strike on the inner part of the plate. Open stance from the left-handed batting Connor Zickafoos. And he works a walk upstairs, stomach high for ball number 4.
Number 5, Jordan Barkus.
Jordan Barkus will now bat. This is left-handed batting second baseman with Zickafoos at first base after a walk. No outs in the inning. And the Gray Wolves are looking to replicate last night's late inning push here in Game 3 of the 6-game road trip. Game 3 of this 3-game series against Wenatchee. The 1-0 pitch is swung on and fouled into the glove of the catcher, Gonzalez. Ross Clavenger out for the 9th. The 1-2 pitch is on the inner part of the plate for strike number 2. 1-2 now to the manager's younger brother, Jordan Barkus. One-two count, no outs. Connor Zickafoos at first base, and it's going to be inside. For ball number 2. Two pitches slapped foul into the concession stands area, and the count stays at 2-2. Still 2-2 to the left-handed Barkus. 2-2 pitches swung on and missed. And with a runner at first base, he can't go anywhere. And that's 1 out.
That's 5 strikeouts for the Apple Sox. To celebrate, Washington's lottery is giving lucky fans
to the top of the lineup.
Cheer loud, and the crew may just toss some your way.
Dylan Doherty.
For Apple Sox fans, imagine that.
0 for 3 tonight with a walk. Walk back in the 3rd inning. As Dylan Doherty will look to extend the inning here with a runner at first base. And the first pitch to Doherty is a called strike on the outer part of the plate, a fastball. Oh-1, Dylan Doherty swung on. High fly ball, deep left field. Running in is the left fielder, Rathbone. It gets past him. He misread that one, and everybody's going to get 2 bases as Connor Zickafoos is into third base, standing up, who had to wait for that one. And he was moving quickly as that ball bounced on the ground, and he couldn't do anything other than wait halfway between first and second because he didn't want to get picked off on a double play, not tagging up. So Dylan Doherty in with a double, and Connor Zickafoos into third base, and now the Gray Wolves are threatening. And another hit for the Gray Wolves, as it's not an error because the ball landed on the ground and he didn't touch it with his glove. So there's no mental errors or errors for slipping, as the first pitch to Jack Johnson is up high at his head for ball number 1. Now we'll force discussion out on the mound with the pitching coach and Ross Clavenger. Catcher Gonzalez will head out there as well and have a little chat as well. Listen in on the conversation for moral support. And the pitching coach will go back to the dugout. There will be no pitching change, but there is movement in the dugout, or in the bullpen, excuse me, down the third baseline where the foul pole reads 335. And down the right field line, it's 325 to the corner, 406 to dead center. And the corners, 1-0 pitch to Johnson is a ball as well, same spot. Corner outfield positions in left center and right center, especially right center, it's triple alley. If you can get a ball that lands near the warning track, you can leg one into a triple, as it's a distance out there. 2-0 to Johnson. Johnson with a walk. And now he's going to get a single up the left third base, and a diving attempt by Martinez. Kicks it off the heel of his glove and pushes it towards second base. And Doherty gets into third, but Zickafoos comes in to score on the single. And the Gray Wolves have 7 hits now.
Coming up to bat
And
now for Gresham.
the tying run is at third base. The go-ahead run's at first. And Ryan Rodriguez is now up to bat. Shane Martinez going to University of Arizona in the fall. He'll be a freshman there.
Come on, Ross. Thank John.
1 out as the time is put back in, as the time was called. Ryan Rodriguez digging with his right foot as if he's ready to charge, and he sees a pitch inside as Ross Clavenger charged the ball at Rodriguez inside. Ball number 1. Jack Johnson taking the lead at first base. Dylan Doherty at third after a double and moving over on Johnson's single, RBI single. Johnson flashing steal, but doesn't go, and Rodriguez swings through the 1-0 pitch for strike number 1.
Come on, Ross.
Gray Wolves with 1 out here. 1-1 count to Rodriguez, who is still showing his bat in the center. He's got a new bat now as Josh Adams broke his bat earlier in the game. So Rodriguez has a new bat now. It's tan with a black handle instead of full tan. 2-1. The 2-1 pitch is upstairs for ball number 3, and Ross Clavenger is in danger of walking and loading the bases.
Yep. Come on, Ross.
Pick over to first base, and Jack Johnson is in there safely as Michael Pena, the first base coach, was yelling loudly to get back. Three-one count, 1 out, and Ryan Rodriguez is at the plate. Ross Clavenger delivers, and it's going to be a called strike. Rodriguez checked his swing, but it's going to be a called strike, and that's going to load the count up. Yeah, 3 balls and 2 strikes to the first baseman. 0 for 4 tonight, but did reach on a fielder's choice back in the 3rd inning. Three-two is outside, and then Clavenger loads the bases, and Ryan Smith is up to the plate with 1 out, and the pitcher in the bullpen for
Center fielder,
the Apple Sox looks ready to go
Ryan Smith.
as he's looking over at the game and waiting for a call, most likely, and here it's going to come. Ryan Smith adjusting his gloves. And time will be called. And there will be a pitching change as the Grey Wolves have loaded the bases. They're down by a run, and there's only one out here as the Grey Wolves are looking to extend this ball game yet again. We'll take a break and come back here after the pitching change warms up. Pitching change and the new pitcher warms up. You're listening to Gresham Grey Wolves Baseball on Grey Wolves Live.
Bum, ba-dum-dum, da-dum-dum. You are in a quest full of danger and excitement. Your path clouded by deception and dead ends that could cost you dearly. You have to fight off dangerous snakes and vicious jackals, savage headhunters and shark-infested waters. You don't know who to trust. And all you want is to buy a new car. I'm Bess Wills at Gresham Ford, and getting the car or truck you need doesn't have to be a dangerous adventure of epic proportions. At Gresham Ford, you won't find any snakes, weasels, or other predators, and you don't have to worry if you are going to get pillaged. All dealers pay the same for the cars they sell. We just help you get the new or used vehicle you need without all the drama. If you want an adventure full of shady characters, crooked deals, and nasty vermin, go to the movies. If you want to get the best built cars and trucks in America, come to Gresham Ford. We'll all donate $100 to the church or charity of your choice with every vehicle you purchase at Gresham Ford. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum.
Michael Taylor will be the reliever for the Apple Sox at Central Washington University. He'll begin his senior campaign in the fall. The first pitch to Ryan Smith is upstairs for ball number 1. As Ryan Smith steps in, he's 1 for 3 tonight, and he swings through the 0-1 pitch for strike number 2. Grey Wolves have loaded the bases. Josh Adams is on deck. Grey Wolves lead travel 4-2. 5-4, excuse me. And Ryan Smith checks his swing, but they're not even going to appeal, and they're going to say he went. And that's strike 3 for Ryan Smith, and the Grey Wolves are down to their last out. As Chomaha steps up,
Coming up to bat now, left field
to the plate.
To Josh Adams.
Grey Wolves tying run is at third base. The go-ahead run is at second. And Josh Adams can change everything with one swing. Adams is the 7th batter of the inning. There's 2 outs. Bases are loaded. Adams has scored 2 runs tonight. He is 2 for 3 with a walk. And the first pitch to Adams is a called strike. And the fans are getting a little bit louder here, knowing that a win is within reach and a 5-game skid could come to an end for the Apple Sox. The Grey Wolves want to extend their winning streak to 6 and extend the Apple Sox losing streak to 6, as both teams look to change the fate so far through the season. 0-1 pitch is a curveball smothered by the catcher Gonzalez, and the count is now 1 ball and 1 strike. As it's getting cold here, the sun has completely set. The lights are in full effect. People are bundled up here in Wenatchee. And the 1-1 Pitch is inside and low for ball number 2. Dylan Doherty getting a good secondary down at third base, trying to score on anything he can. And with a good jump, a passed ball or a wild pitch, he could do just that. Michael Taylor coming set. 2-1 count. Infield is creeping in. It gets to the backstop. Dylan Doherty takes off. He's coming for home. The throw, the slide, the ball, and they tag him out. And Dylan Doherty is not happy about that one, and neither is Josh Adams. As Dylan Doherty looked like he might have gotten underneath the tag, but the umpire calls him out, and I think the umpire was trying to get out of that one as he was already off the field before the call was completed.
The next home game is
Barkas and the Gray Wolves were asking for an appeal,
its mascot,
but the win streak ends at 5, and the Gray Wolves are now 5-1 here in the second half of the season. Gray Wolves lose 5-4 as Doherty is out at the plate on an attempted
Tune in on your way home to 93.
scoring attempt at home plate on the wild pitch. We'll come back for the postgame show here as the Gray Wolves lose 5-4 and in one-run fashion here. You're listening to Gresham Gray Wolves Baseball on Gray Wolves Live.
Finding the right dentist for your young children can be challenging. At Gresham Pediatric Dentistry, we understand the importance of helping your child feel comfortable in the dental chair. Since 2007, Dr. Jiyoung Lee has helped many young patients in the Gresham area, and she can help your child too. Request your appointment today at GreshamPediatricDentistry.com. Welcome to the Gresham Gray Wolves postgame show, presented by Active Family Chiropractic, Edward Jones, Gresham Ford, Gresham Pediatric Dentistry, the Gresham Police Officers Association, Lucky Pint, Metro East Web Academy, Northwest Accounting Partners, Olympic Gym, Riverview Community Bank, and State Farm. And now, here's your Gresham Gray Wolves post-game show.
The Gray Wolves dropped the game 6 of the 6-game road trip in agonizing fashion as a comeback looked like it was going to be in the script, as the Gray Wolves scored a run in the bottom of the 9th inning to be down 1 run, 5-4, and the bases were loaded. And Michael Taylor came on in relief for 2 outs total and had a little bit of a control issue, losing pitches in the dirt, and a pitch got to the backstop through the legs of the catcher. Dylan Doherty took off from third base, sprinted home, slid feet first, and the throw from the catcher looked like it was on time. It was. But the throw was high, about chest high from the catcher, Gonzalez. And the tag applied to Dylan Doherty, in my opinion, was late as he was underneath the tag. Got his foot over the plate as the tag was applied on top of him. Dylan Doherty not happy, slamming his helmet on the ground. Josh Adams taking his helmet off in protest as well, who was at the plate during the at-bat, as the home plate umpire walked quickly to his locker room down the left field line as the Gray Wolves lose this one in agonizing fashion, 5-4. After scoring a run in the second, via an error, which Matt Carroll forced, scoring Josh Adams, and scored a run in the third. Jack Johnson coming around to score on a single after he had walked. A single by Ryan Smith, his 1 RBI of the night. Adams then came around to score a second time in the 6th inning after a leadoff single, getting the third on a double by Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. and scoring on a ground out. The Gray Wolves then scored a run in the 9th. And that was Connor Zickfus who led off, pinch hitting for Matt Caro. He walked and then moved over to third base on a double by Dylan Doherty and was scored on a single by Jack Johnson. Dylan Doherty then moved to third base on the play. The Apple Sox then loaded the bases via a walk to Ryan Rodriguez. Ryan Smith with 1 out struck out, and Josh Adams didn't get a finish as at bat as Dylan Doherty was caught stealing at home by the catcher, throwing it to the pitcher for a 2-1 caught stealing put out as the Gray Wolves drop Game 6 of the 6-game road trip in agonizing fashion and not in the way that they wanted to. But they've been playing very, very well, and they know that they can come back from ball games when they are close, and even when they're trailing late into innings, as they've found ways to get runners on base late in games and put runners in scoring position and score them, as they've scored a run in the 9th for the last 2 nights, but just coming up short here in Wenatchee. You're listening to Gresham Gray Wolves Baseball, as the Gray Wolves will head home for 6:35 starts against the Victoria Harbor Cats tomorrow night. It's going to be a late travel night tonight, as it's 10:17 here, and we have over a 5-hour bus ride home, plus dinner, and we're all hungry. As the Gray Wolves will travel home, face the Harbor Cats before the All-Star break, and then have a good amount of time off before coming back out for the next part of the second half of the season. Gray Wolves record 5-1 in the second half, and are now 16-17 overall on the season. You're listening to Gresham Gray Wolves Baseball. Have a good one.